Ladies and gentlemen, well, everyone else had to wait 16 years for this. Me, had to wait about 2 hours. That being said, ironically, I actually do have a lot of expectations for this one. Because, yeah. Let's see if this actually is worth a damn, I suppose, is how that works out. Hang on, I gotta rearrange things a little bit. There we go. Okay. I also want to say, from a show perspective, for the 5 of you who care, one of which is me, this is one of our 3 last games that were funded before the current system. We're almost through them, guys. We're gonna make it. Those 3 games are Tales of Arise, Psychonauts 2, and Subnautica Below Zero. And all 3 of these games were funded a while ago, before we were charging by the hour, and before I was keeping track of stats. So, I don't have any stats to share with you, just a list of people. So I do want to say thank you to Tizara, Violet Silver, Sam Wurtenberger, Snake Shadow, Frieza 2000, D Daniel 100002, CRZ Mati, Cody _DW12, M King 0823. I don't think half these people watch me anymore. Cority, Jordan T. Hurt, Chesty the Chest, Who _cares _123, best name ever, MPPY, Vigilant 00, Torma Chris, Larian, Narset 6691, Night Forager, Nemi, Dr. Papa Penguin, and the person who put this game on the list, Swerby96. Thank you, all of you, very much, as always. I thought you could take a laptop, Valerian. So, 3 to go. All right, let's do this. Hopefully, this game won't suck. Like, I don't know what else to say. I keep saying that. I'm so nervous, worried, whatever you want to call this. Let's see how this works out. Hang on. Okay, hang on. It does this weird thing where it changes resolutions. That's why that was weird. About half the people on this list I haven't seen in stream forever, so... Okay. Let's go ahead and grab the controller. The graphics look slightly higher def. Yes, to say, after 16 years, the game doesn't necessarily have to be better. But I do hope this... I really do. I really do. I'm gonna shut up. I keep cursing it. Brains in jars. Why? Brain and brain. What is brain? What's funny is all of the games that got funded before we were charging by the hour are technically very unfunded. Like, the amount of money put towards these runs was very low because, we were basically charging for 60 hours. Or not 60 hours, sorry, I'm saying that wrong. We were charging for, like 10 hours or something like that in modern equivalents. Which is appropriate in some cases, and not in others. Cough, cough, Tales of Arise. Alright. Before we go any further, there was actually something in the extras menu which played on launch. I'm going to go ahead and play it here for you. It's this one.
Dear True Psychic Tales magazine, it's me again, Rasputin Aquato. I know I write a lot, and you haven't printed any of my True Psychic submissions so far, but this one's different. This one's true. I just helped rescue Truman Zanotto, the grand head of the Psychonauts, and father of Lily Zanotto, my girlfriend. Although the term is still very fresh and might need fact-checking before we go to print. There was a kiss, but... Okay, I'm already getting off track. Let me start at the beginning. I grew up in the circus, the Aquato Family Circus, a ragtag little caravan of acrobats run by my parents. We were taught all our lives to hate and fear psychics, or fortune tellers as we knew them, all because of some old thing where they cursed the Aquatos to die in water. Problem is, I am psychic. I have been all my life. I hid my powers from my family, practicing them in secret, until one fateful night. After a show, a mysterious stranger handed me a brochure for Whispering Rock Psychic Summer Camp, a training facility for psychic kids, operated by the international espionage agency we all know as, bum bum bum, the Psychonauts.
Can I play a game in this art style? Because I love this art style.
When I got to Whispering Rock, I blended in seamlessly with the other campers. Superstar secret agent Sasha 9 and Mia Vodello taught me levitation and side blast. I learned pyro and telekinesis from Ford Cruller himself. He was all over camp, literally all over, due to his ability to teleport. He even took up psychic residence in my head, which I could prove to you if you had a piece of bacon. Needless to say, things were going great. The one little catch was that the head coach of the camp was stealing campers' brains and putting them inside armored death tanks that I guess he was going to use to take over the world or something. I went into his mind and found out he just had some issues with his father. I mean, who doesn't, right? Now he's okay. Not great, but okay. Just as Ford Cruller was making me an honorary psychonaut for all my hard work, word came in that Truman Zanotto had been kidnapped.
No.
So my fellow psychonauts and I jumped in a jet, set out to find him. Our search led us to an abandoned underwater outpost of the Psychonauts in a dangerous part of the ocean, known as the Rhombus of Ruin. We found Truman there, held captive by Dr. Lobato, unlicensed dentist and amateur brain surgeon. We freed Grandhead Zanotto, but he's got Silurium poisoning and can't tell us what happened. We know Lobato wasn't acting alone, but he won't tell us who hired him to kidnap Truman. Agent 9 has an idea how to get the information, using an elaborate psychic construction implanted in Lobato's mind. It's risky, but that's just a way of life when you're a psychonaut. If I don't make it back, I really hope you consider publishing my letter. And also, please consider the sample layout and illustrations I included. Well, I better get my head in the right place. The mission is about to begin.
Seriously, that art style is like better in every way than the first game. Can we just do that? By the way, really quick, I'm going to play this as well. Psychonauts 2 contains artistic interpretations of serious mental conditions. These include addiction, PTSD, panic attacks, anxiety, and delusions. There are also images that may be upsetting to people with a fear of dentistry, tight spaces, or vomit. These conditions are usually presented in a lighthearted or comical manner, but might still be distressing. Ultimately, Psychonauts 2 is a game about empathy and healing. If you find yourself experiencing a negative reaction to this content, or if you need mental health resources, please visit yada yada yada. So, there's your proviso. I mentioned that in the last game, and I wanted to mention it here too. Also, there's assist features. Now, I've actually already turned on a couple of these. So we can change color thing, we can change color, camera shake, we might screw with that. Font legibility, which is on, larger subtitles, which is on, some other stuff, text language, which is set to English, of course, but here's the fun one. No fall damage, invincibility, and narrative combat. Built-in cheats as accessibility, which y'all know I'm in favor of that. So that's 2 positives right out the gate. Oh, by the way, the game doesn't pause when I Alt-Tab, which isn't really a positive for the game, but I always appreciate. Oh god, Dark Souls and Witcher 3 at the same time. Alright. Hopefully the audio balance will be good this time around, too. And it crashes.
3 days ago, Truman Zanotto, the grand head of the Psychonauts, was kidnapped.
Wow, it's been 3 days since Psychonauts 1.
Yesterday, with my help, the Psychonauts rescued Truman from the underwater lair of Dr. Loboto. But trust me, there's no way Loboto is working alone. Today, we're on a mission. Find out who hired Dr. Loboto to kidnap Truman Zanotto. My name is Raz, and today is my first official day on the job.
I hate how he types, but that's neither here nor there. Why is the turtle...
Okay in here, Raz?
Oh, hey, Lily. Yeah, I don't know. It's just... I've dreamed about working at Psychonauts headquarters all my life. I just thought it would be more... you know?
Come on, we're going to be late for the morale corral.
Life of a secret agent.
And that's how we managed to raise profits, the 900% this quarter. That's right. Thank you.
And that brings us to our next topic.
Sasha, still have the talking turtle?
Maury.
Sorry, I just like the clapping.
It's now time to give out the award for Employee of the Year. The prize for this year's award is an all-expenses-paid tropical vacation.
Ooh!
Oh, I hope it's me.
The winner of this award may be one of our newest members, but he's also one of our most improved. Congratulations to Caligosto Loboto.
What? Way to go, Cal. You're gonna love this vacation package. I'm jealous.
I've never won anything. Or been on a vacation. I
Me
don't have to go
too.
on a boat, do I?
No, darling.
Woo!
All you need to do is get this vacation request approved by your supervisor.
What?
Just a formality. You just need to get this form signed by your boss.
My boss?
Yes, darling. Or you could just tell us who your boss is and we could...
No.
Maybe he doesn't want this tropical vacation after all.
Get back. I want it. I'm Employee of the Year.
Yes, you are, darling. Now off you go. Get that form signed by your boss.
The person who hired you.
The person you work for.
Okay.
Hurry up, before I take that vacation myself.
I think I've seen this in an episode of Enterprise.
I'm on him.
Keep up with him, Raz, and he'll lead you straight to his boss.
We'll try to head him off.
Be careful, darling.
Say, not exactly subtle, but, you know... sometimes the most direct methods work.
Close to him, Raz.
But don't freak him out.
Remember to act casual.
I am acting casual.
What's that?
I said, I love Casual Friday. Am I right? Attention. The tooth is loose.
Don't lose him, Raz.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
I think he suspects something. He's taking countermeasures.
Just remember your basic fighting, soldier.
Right.
Are you following me?
No, of course not. I'm just going towards the boss's office.
You are following me. This was all a trick.
I'm not Employee of the Year.
I'm the greatest dentist of our century.
All agents, the tooth has gone bad. Repeat, Tooth has gone bad.
Maintain pursuit, Rasputin.
We are in position to intercept.
Roger.
Looking for me? Well, come and get me. Why are you taking so long? I don't think you understand the gravity of the situation you're in.
Watch out! Hey, you're not supposed to walk that way.
Posters!
They gave me a wall jump.
Coach!
No time for small talk, soldier. The enemy is on the move. But we've got him cornered. This way. Quick!
Already liking this way better than the first
Let him
game.
shake us.
Now, before the procedure, it's very important that we clean out your dentist's hut. You don't want any dirty. Go away!
I just have a dodge now.
Oh! Stand down! Soldier, I've been bit! Get this giant tooth off of me!
That's a figments of Robato's imagination in here.
When you see a figment, great job following orders, Private. You go on ahead. I'll take up the rear guard.
Coach, there were no teeth in Sasha's plan.
That's what I told him. But he's all, no weapons, Maury.
What? Well, no, okay, that's true. Let me rephrase my statement. Before, I had to be using the lock-on in order to dodge, and it had no iframes.
Got any ideas?
We'll have to see if this one has any iframes. I'll test it at some point.
I thought the big tooth was upsetting. Well, soldier through, Private. Unzip that dental... Good job, soldier.
What's that light?
Uh-oh. Zip it back up again! Zip it!
There. Now that your cap is clean, let's check out those choppers. If I didn't know better, I'd swear this place had gremlins. No problem. I'm sure I can do this in the dark.
Coach, this room is definitely not in Sasha's plan. In fact, I think it's a trap.
No.
That's just a sensor. Everybody has those. You live in your mind and stamp out things that don't belong.
Like us?
I mean, I know, you literally told me that
I'll
yesterday.
find a way out.
In-universe. But whatever. I'll let it go. It's been 15 years. 16 years, excuse me.
You gotta dodge those attacks if you want to keep your astral projection in the battle.
I have different moves for attacking now. That's interesting. No.
Hey, Brad. You gotta dodge those... Hey,
I have a closer now, for example.
way out of here. You just have to do your thing with the dental door here. Ugh. I can't even look at it.
Sounds like there's some emotional baggage nearby.
And I'm also appreciating the quality of life features. There were several examples of the, excuse me, the figments that I could essentially not see in the previous game. Or I just had to kind of guess. I can see these much more clearly. Like, look at that. I can see that from across the room. Do you see those two over there?
Yes! Got the duffel bag tag.
Yeah, you see they're doing a little trick, giving it a little bit more depth and putting an outline on it, and using better color. assigning a better color that contrasts the surroundings is how I want to phrase that. So in other words, they've actually thought about the color design. And that. They even gave a sub to Command and Conquer too, which is, I don't know, it's a little bit above and beyond, but I do appreciate those little touches like that.
I should try to get that sorted.
Yeah, honestly, so far this is better across the board. Like, it's kind of impressive, really. The grab and fling feels a little bit more like Control, too. Which, you know how much I loved grabbing and flinging in Control. Thank you, Command & Conquer 2. Much appreciate. And if you happen to know where you want to put that, please let me know. So far, no. I think the higher def obviously helps, but I think the focus on a different color palette improves this substantially. And yeah, by the way, as a fresh reminder, that guy kidnapped us and tried to kill us all yesterday. In-universe. That's not just the fact that, you know, we played that game today. So let's think about this here. Yeah, the color helps the aesthetic tremendously, I agree. I mentioned before that the last game kind of fell into the brown era of gaming, and it totally did. This extra palette really helps it pop better, I think. Excuse me. Hang on, that's kind of creepy. Just give me a second here. Thoughts as they come. Whoops.
Hey, see what you can find that way. See you on the other side.
Coach, is this normal? Do Sasha's mental scenarios usually break down like this?
Never. There's something screwy going on in this brain. The sooner we get out of it, the better.
Let's do it then.
Looks like some sort of conference room in here.
Rasputin, is that you? I need...
I'm coming, Sasha.
Yep, this is definitely a normal conference room.
Rasputin, careful. It's a...
Aha! Here's the Hatbox tag.
Someone is helping him. He couldn't...
I won't let them eat you, Sasha.
Couldn't do this.
Thank you, Rasputin. Please, let's get clear of this aggressive uvula.
Sasha, how is Lobato breaking through the office construct?
He couldn't be doing this on his own. He must be getting help from someone even more... sinister.
The Joker! Wait.
Ready, Rasputin.
Actually, I have a much better reference than that. Quackerjack! Everyone in chat, who the hell is Quackerjack? Also, the HUD looks not only cleaner...
Sasha!
I've got the situation under control. Just find us a way out of here, quickly.
Yeah, don't bother with them little mooks. You want to go for the gold. You gotta grab the big boys. Help me carry this one, will you, Frankie?
What? Hey, what? Nobody knows who Quackerjack is.
Where'd you go?
That makes me feel vaguely sad.
Man, I need to find that exit.
Only vaguely, though.
Tooth fairies, drop that tooth. It's not yours. And I-
Ah, they got me too, Frankie. The mooks.
Okay, someone got it. Thank you, Leander.
Yep. Ooh. Ooh. Ha.
Aw, I can't hover yet. Hang on.
Ooh. Yep.
That's actually good to know, Crazy Norse. Like, I mean, I suppose this is kind of a duh, but this feels like going from playing Metroid 1, or Metroid 2 on the Game Boy, to playing Metroid Dread. I can't describe it. Even little things like the movement is completely different. It probably doesn't look different, but it feels like a completely different game. Actually, the vibe I'm getting is Hat in Time.
Before you came in here today? Honestly, it's a mess in there. Here, rinse and spit. Get out everything that doesn't belong.
Oh no. Not back in the trap.
Trap?
Coach? Coach, where'd he go?
Oh, well, that's a good sign.
What is it?
That is a regret. If Lobato has regrets, then maybe there's a way we can still get to him. Let's get out of here and find Lobato.
And yeah, the,
Sasha? Are regrets dangerous?
Oh, yes, extremely. Take care of that one, will you, while I find an exit?
one other thing I like, and Octogy just pointed it out, something that came about in the more recent era, after like the early PS3 stuff, is the ability to morph a mesh on the fly. I forget how they do it, actually, or what it's called. But it's like, a lot of late PS1 and PS2 games, and Xbox games, have that thing where there's a circle, and the circle just, you can't do anything with it. It's a circle. You can't morph the mesh on the fly. But in more modern games, you can make the circle do this. And it's a little touch, but if you do little things like that, it actually adds to the animation quality. It's a very, very minor thing. It's effectively the equivalent of doodads for animating. You notice this a lot if you pay a lot of attention to animation in general, like CGI stuff. So a little bit of a actually helps a lot, which I really appreciate. And yes, we actually have a new enemy. Holy crap. As an aside, so I was talking about the HUD. The HUD is so much cleaner. You can see, first of all, they actually have health bars, which is great. Second of all, you can see very clearly how many shots you have when and where, just at a glance in the lower right there.
Good job, Rasputin. Unfortunately, I can't find a way out of here anywhere.
Sasha? How long has that golden door been there?
Golden what?
Did somebody say gold? Frankie, here's our chance for revenge!
Oh, not these guys.
I'll keep looking.
Frickin' tooth fairies, I swear. Hey,
Watch out!
Let it.
Out again! I'm coming to see you, Ma!
Rasputin, you see what you can find through that door. I'm going to stay here and attempt to repair my construct.
okay. Do you want to... Okay, whatever. Yeah, unlike the previous game, I'm already feeling an animation positive for this game. Loose lips, sink trips.
Oh, this is not getting any better.
Raz! Is that you? Come down here!
Lily, I'm coming! Uh-oh, slippery.
Hurry up, Raz!
Here I come!
Their sliding tutorial. Water's still bad.
Still got that water phobia, huh?
It's not a phobia, it's a curse. Back in Grulovia, my whole family was cursed to die in water, and...
Yeah, super sad. Look at these posters! I think someone else planted these in Lobato's mind to intimidate him.
And make sure he didn't tell us who hired him to kidnap your dad.
Let's get rid of them. Maybe it'll help.
I know they got the same guy
These posters, Raz.
for him. For the main character. That's different.
Ooh, looks like you found an even bigger room.
I'm gonna catch up to Lovato.
Okay, I'll catch up after I make sure these posters are all burnt.
Okay. I'm gonna burn a couple more.
Keep going, Raz!
Okay, we're good.
Listen, back in the rhombus of ruin, you and I, we had a moment, am I right?
We're not here to hurt you. We just want to know who hired you to kidnap Truman Zanotto.
Why can't you just let it go? All's well that ends well, right?
I think I hear something.
Probably Crazy Norse. There's only one way to find out. Looks like I'm limited on range. Baggage dealt with. Yeah, it's literally. I keep saying that, but it really needs to be emphasized. It's been 16 years. God, that's insane. Like, I think StarCraft 2 still holds the record on that one. But that is a long frickety time. So, yeah, that's... Yeah, okay.
Who are you protecting?
Myself.
So what I just did is another example of how this game is already better than the last one. I forget what it's called. There's actually a coding term for it, where the game... Did you see it there for just a second? You see how I kind of snapped to the edge? We've talked about this a lot, because proper usage of this tends to lead the difference, be the difference between a good game and a bad game. It's interpretive. It's interpreting what it thinks I want to do. And we've talked about this because there are games that do this badly. Assassin's Creed, but then there's games that do this well, like Mario Odyssey, or A Hat in Time, exactly. And yeah, for platformers, having that kind of...
baggage nearby.
Yes, I know, thank you. Having that kind of interpretive thing, and giving that little extra edge is usually invaluable for a platformer, so I'm with it.
I need the purse tag here.
Yeah, we missed a tag, I think. Oh. I'm not burning all those. That would take forever.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did it. I take it back if I could. Was that you screaming? Or me? Doesn't matter. Listen, we all have our doubts and regrets. But it's too late to turn back now. Understand? What we have to do now is finish the extraction.
Lily, I think Lovato is starting to have doubts.
Duh, they're right over there.
Another new enemy?
Luckily, they're highly flammable. You take care of them while I find a way out, okay?
Okay. Interesting.
No.
Titanium, a currency. So I'm guessing that's going to be the new arrowhead. Oh, okay. Yeah, seriously, burn the doubts. I'm with that idea. I have no doubts. Everything I do is perfect. Okay, that's a worse attitude. Never mind. I take it back. I take it back. Oh god, I have so many doubts. Okay, aiming behind you is much easier than it was in the first game. Some of you may or may not have seen me several times, especially in the Velvetopia area, you know, the Black Velvet area, where I had trouble, where I'd have to stop, turn around, and then hit the actual button in order to kill them, right?
Hey, Red,
Much smoother here.
doesn't this painting look familiar?
Get away from me, you scary little girl!
Think we should burn it?
Oh, you haven't changed, have you?
Come on, just tell us who hired you to kidnap my dad.
Oh, this is really personal for you, isn't it?
You better believe it is.
Well, I'm sorry if you were offended.
That does it. I'm burning this.
Wait. I'll tell you.
Yes?
The person who hired me
Yes?
was no one. No one hired me because I didn't do it. Not on purpose, please. It was an accident.
You've got to be kidding me.
Your father got lost and ended up in the rhombus of ruin on accident.
Ugh.
And I was just trying to help him rest while we waited for you to come save him.
Nice try.
Hey,
Oh, you.
that's one of Dr. Lobato's vaults. I should try to catch it. Could be high-value instruments.
What's with the turtle? Charlie Psycho Delta, huh? Why are there... Why are there... Why is he... Camera's better too.
Maybe we could get some information from Lobato here.
This flimsy projection is worthless.
Hey!
I say we burn them all until we find one who tells us who hired him to kidnap my dad. Huh? Gaz, do you remember our talk about moments? Because this is not one. Get it?
Right.
Oh, no, you don't.
I think I just did.
Mia?
Yes, darling?
Nothing.
Did you forget everything I taught you about levitation, Rasputin?
I mean, it was yesterday.
Your thoughts can lift you up if you focus.
Better hurry before we hit the ground.
There you go. Woo-hoo. Now let's get out of here. Lobato needs our help.
Yes. Wait, help Lobato.
Someone really did a number on that poor thing. I think he wants to tell us who hired him, but he's terrified. Let's find him and help him.
You got it, Retro Justice. Please don't hate me. Well, okay, you know what? You can hate me. I accept it. But please don't kill me. Thank you. Okay, you can kill me. I'll allow that. But don't... Don't hurt poor Sea Star, okay? She didn't do anything wrong. Okay, Sea Star. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, there we go. I was trying to alt-tab and I... Well, tab yet. Bug Fables. You got it. I mean, levitation was crazy in the first game. As it should be. It looks like I can't even summon the initial ball. All I can do is have a hover. Look at this. Oh, it's got a timer now, too, it looks like. No! It's a better game! Which means it's less broken. Damn it! What? Surely some of you out there have had that thought before, right?
Yep.
And I've had that thought before, so I feels you.
First tag.
Way better on the depth perception there. I think it's having a better FOV, too. I don't think I can make that. Abort! 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 No! Why did I name her Sea Star? Actually, my niece named her. However, I can't explain why she named her Sea Star.
Watch it.
Oh, right, there's falling damage. So, she and I were discussing nomenclature, as in different ways that different names work. And I mentioned that one of the things that is semi-popular to do in English... excuse me, is to name things after an adjective and a noun. Like, Sea Star. That's not the example I used. But she thought about it, and she's like, okay, well, I want to list two things that are not only cool, but go together. And I was like, that's a good method to do it. So she thought about it for a while, came up with a few options, and then she got, her face just lit up, and she's like, oh, no, I've got it. Sea Star. And that's why that's her name.
This way.
She has, in fact, seen Finding Nemo. I don't know if she's seen it recently. Oh, that sucked. Hey, Paranoid Android, give me 1 second. I kind of want to see if I can get the Tooth Fairy there, which I totally can. Thank you, Paranoid Android. Very much. Towards Alpha Centauri, a game which, honestly, I'm not sure how it's going to score. Speaking of which, don't forget to get your guesses in for this one. A lot of people guessed 80 for the last game, and they were wrong. But I'm curious where this one is going to be, really. I'll give you a hint. I'm already going to be giving multiple positives to this level.
Mia, the mission is falling apart. We've lost control of Lobato.
There's a little chaos on every mission, Raz. A Psychonaut must always remember how to roll with it. You remember how to gather your thoughts and roll with them, right?
Oh, now I get that ability. What's funny is normally I would complain about this kind of tutorialization of things that, I remind you, happened, like, yesterday in lore. Okay. But that's okay. Because this game came out 16 years later, as we've already discussed a few times. Oh yeah, by the way, an accessibility feature I already turned on is you can turn this from a toggle into a, from a hold into a toggle. Like this. I'm not holding down L2, which is good, because that would make my hand cramp very quickly. Really quickly.
This is not my kind of party! Ah!
Mia?
Whoop. And we're dead. But, we're testing out those mid-mission checkpoints, and they're a lot better than they used to be. Whoa. Okay.
Mia? Where are you? Sasha, I can't reach Mia. I think she's been dementistrated. Sasha? Coach? Lily? Oh no. I think I'm the last one still in here.
Jesus Christ. Okay. You like teeth, right? Because...
Suitcase tag. Gotcha.
I probably should have given a teeth warning for this first stage. But I didn't know. I didn't know anything. I'm walking into this blind as hell. Hey, that looks familiar.
Yep.
Oh, that's true. They did mention dentistry. I actually forgot about that. Never mind. I knew. I always knew. I'm just a big System Shock 2 fan. That's all there is.
What was I supposed to do again?
It's him! I've got to stop him!
Da-na-na-na. Note to self, if there's a, like, if there's a vacuum for power-ups, I need to get that as soon as I can. Holy crap.
I put the egg in the box and the... No.
Oh, eggs are brains. We all know that.
I put the old egg in the box and the basket in the egg. No! I put the box in the basket and the basket in the ocean. No, that's not it. I put the old box in the basket and the egg in the ocean. That's it. Now, box. Now.
Oh, jeez. Retro Justice. I believe it.
Put the egg in the box and the box in the basket and the basket in the ocean. No, that's not it. Put the old box in the basket and the egg in the ocean.
You put the egg in the basket and the old egg in the box and the box in the ocean.
Simple.
And if you tell anyone about me, anyone at all, you'll have to deal with her.
No, not her. Please don't make me look at her again. No, I won't tell. I won't tell anyone. I promise. No, please.
What? Apparently we're fighting Psychro in this game. No, not Scarecrow. Psychro.
No, not her. I won't tell.
That bozo's brain was booby-trapped.
Yes, whoever hired Lobato to kidnap Truman knew he might be psychically interrogated.
The poor thing looks terrified.
Did anyone get a good look at his boss?
I saw him, but I couldn't tell who he was. And I saw... something else. I saw the thing that terrified Lobato. It was... a woman, dressed in black fur. She was floating over the ruins of a city, and she was commanding serpents of... water. There was something familiar about her.
Rasputin, I'm going to show you a picture.
That's her! Wait a second. I thought I recognized her. True Psychic Tales, issue 43. She's on the cover.
Maligula.
The Deluge of Grulovia.
Maligula? She's been dead for 20 years!
Fort Crawler killed her himself!
A battle from which he never truly recovered.
She was a monster, a ruthless, power-hungry psychic who drowned hundreds of her own countrymen. Nevertheless, she still has her loyal followers to this day. This file documents recent activity believed to be the work
Look at that map.
of modern-day delusionaries.
What are they up to?
Well, it's ridiculous, really. There's no scientific basis to necromancy.
What?
They're trying to bring her back to life?
It's silly, darling, but if they believe they can do it, they might do some dangerous things.
Mia, have you considered the other disturbing fact in all of this? That unstable character.
Could never kidnap the grand head of the Psychonauts without help? Yes.
You mean...
There's a mole in the Psychonauts.
It's him! J'accuse!
Think this is a mole? You're dumber than you look.
Approaching the mother lobe.
Did you have to shape it like a brain? And how much did that cost to make? What are the economics of the Psychic Society? I want to know the truth, damn it! Also, why is a Romulan in charge here?
Agent Forsyth, why did you deny us intel when we hailed the Mother Lobe?
What are you talking about, Agent 9?
We were on a mission to rescue the grand head of the Psychonauts. When we called for assistance...
I never heard any call. Who did you talk to? Is he all right?
We won't know for sure until we get that squirrel tested for rabies.
This is our kidnapper.
Clearly, he had help on the inside.
Impossible. A mole in the Psychonauts?
We have reason to believe delusionists are involved. And they're trying to bring back Malicula.
What?
I know. Isn't it great? The Psychonauts haven't had this kind of a threat in years.
Can someone help me with my dad? He's still acting funny.
Truman!
Let's get him inside so he can lie down.
Yes, Bobby,
I
Mr.
can
Red.
find out in my meditation chamber.
I'm taking Lobato to my office for further interrogation.
I'm gonna talk to Otto about our military options.
Does that make anyone else a little nervous?
Who are you?
I'm Raz. Rasputin? I'm, your newest Psychonaut?
How's that?
I joined yesterday.
Ford Cruller, he gave me a badge. I've been kinda helping out.
Listen, kid. Agent Cruller is a hero. But he's not operating at 100%. He can hand out all the merit badges he wants, but he doesn't have the authority to commission Psychonauts.
But you can, right? You're Hollis Forsyth, lesser head of the Psychonauts? True Psychic Tales 146. You and Truman fought the Noodler together.
I prefer the title Second Head. If the other agents vouch for you, I might be able to get you a spot in the intern program. But don't be late for orientation. I hear the coordinator's a real brain buster.
Hold on a second. Give me a second. Just give me a second.
Welcome to the Mother Lobe.
No, it seems like it's smooth. I thought I was losing frames there for a second, but it looks like I'm fine. I'm kind of chopping. Hang on, let me try something else. For the record, I'm not chopping in the game, so that's OBS, but let me try capturing it differently. See how that looks. Just shrink it a bit, obviously. No. Come on. Come on. There you go. That feels a little smoother. What do y'all think? And no, I did not, Octave. Oh, yeah, no, I could tell that was her immediately. I noticed it during the cutscene because I wasn't looking at that screen for once. Okay, that looks like that's a little better capture method, so we're gonna go with that. I've noticed I've had to start using this method a lot more with more modern games, which I don't mind. It used to be a pain in the ass. Nowadays it's smooth, so that's whatever. Anyways.
Hey, is it okay if I go up into the main headquarters now?
I'm sorry, little boy, but there just aren't any school tours today.
What? I'm an intern. Agent Forsyth gave me this.
Really? Let's check your head in the fingerprint reader, please.
Fingerprint. Ah! Hi, Braylon.
Well, I'll be doused. Welcome to the intern program. Let me get you your orientation materials.
Thanks. I think.
Wow. That picture really captures my startled side. Ooh, looks like I can choose where to focus my energy and upgrade my powers. Very interesting.
Huh.
Gotta keep track of all the places I've been here. I'll keep my to-do list here.
I'm apparently 4'4". 10 years old. There you go. There's that age. Rank 1. As in number 1. Alright. So hang on. Let's do a few things here. Let's alt tab. Let's alt tab. There you go. There you go. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. So we're up. You can tell I like this game more than the last one because that's our score in the first, like, what is this? 20 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. Alright, time to work as an intern for no pay because we get exposure.
Scanning for fingerprint. Access granted.
Wow! I can't believe I'm really here! Psychonauts headquarters! Ow!
Sorry, new ball.
Wow!
I know that feeling. Takes you days just to break the damn thing in.
Doesn't Agent?
Hello, stranger.
Agent?
Hello, stranger.
I don't want to talk. Okay, fine, whatever.
This plaque talks about how young Ford Cruller worked as a park ranger, so he can investigate this area and its notoriously strange phenomena. He eventually set up a permanent camp in Green Needle Gulch and protected the area with psychic illusions and defenses. Says here, Ford recruited powerful psychics from around the world to join him in Green Needle Gulch. Bob Zanato, Helmut Fulbear, Cassiopeia, Compton Boole, and Auto Mentalis. Together, this Psychic Six form the foundation of today's Psychonauts. This is the story of how the international community called on the Psychic Six to defeat the psychic mass murderer known as Maligula, and how that fight, the Battle of Grulovia, solidified the Psychonauts as an international peacekeeping force. Yep, that's exactly who I saw in Lobato's mind. There's a picture of the quarry being excavated and the mother lobe being built. This panel is about the ribbon-cutting ceremony for the mother lobe. They don't look too happy about it, except for Otto. This one is blank.
Consider buying a suit, kid.
Greetings, Agent.
Future agent?
Yeah, no, I'm totally getting an MIB vibe here. As an aside, do we know anything about them making a Psychonauts 3? Like, how well did this sell, I suppose, is really the question.
Who's with the medical team? And they said no visitors?
Not a visitor. I practically grew up in this building, Jared.
Look, I'm sure you do.
I want to see my father now.
I'll let you know as soon as you can.
Can I do anything to help, Lily?
Yeah, keep me from killing Jared here. I know too many of his weak points.
Why won't they let you upstairs?
I don't know. Psychic sanitation or something?
Ah, okay. Well, you know what? I don't blame him. I mean, Double Fine has always branched out and made all sorts of random games, and most of them suck. But, you know, there's also been some, you know, treats in there and gems, so I'm with it. Keep doing it. Do what you gotta do.
I'm sure your dad's going to be okay, Lily.
Raz, I don't know. He just feels all wrong. I'm worried all that Silurium we found him with in the Rhombus Ruin did some damage.
They put me in the intern program. Are you in there too?
Raz, I've been training here since before I could walk. I tested out of all that stuff.
Hi, Jesse's Mask. Yeah, it's like it's a better game.
This mole stuff is weird, huh? What's gonna happen?
Oh, please. I've been around here my whole life, and trust me, nothing ever happens.
Do you remember the last time you said that?
Yeah, I do too.
Don't you know some secret passages around here you could use?
Tons of them. But everyone's got mole madness right now, so everything's on double lockdown.
Well, take care not to die to the demons, Jesse's Mask. I'll see you whenever you're done.
Are you sure there's nothing I can do to help?
Well, actually, would you mind if I... Could I just...
Anything.
Could I just punch you in the shoulder really hard?
Yeah.
Of course.
Ugh. Thanks. That helped.
Anytime.
What?
I'm sure they'll let you up soon.
I need to get up there right now so I can start Dad's psych herb therapy.
Speaking of girl.
Hey, can we?
What?
Nothing. Well, I better get to intern orientation.
You'll like Hollis, I think. She's strict, but deep down, she's really serious.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, sure. So, if you haven't seen the movie Inside Out, History Maker, allow me to both professionally and personally recommend you go watch the movie Inside Out.
All new interns, please report to my office for orientation. I don't have all day, new kid.
Now, regardless of that...
Like 14 inches?
No, that's legal.
Wait, then the paper I've been using is illegal?
No, it's A4.
A4? Out of what? 10?
Dude, you're making me stupid.
Greetings, fellow psychic. I'm Auto Mentalis. I'm personally too busy crafting the future of psychotechnology in my lab right now. This Automatic has all the psychic supplies and enhancements you need. Have a look around.
Well, that works the same way. Okay, fine.
Great idea. Let's make a side challenge marker and get you ranked up.
Red, emerald, or blue? And yeah, it's the best scene of the whole film. I liked Inside Out a lot. I saw it in the theaters with my family. But when the girl scene happened, I died. I fell out of my chair. Not exaggerating. I fell out of my chair. I was laughing so hard. Also, speaking as a guy, it totally works that way, for anybody wondering. Alright, we'll do green. Let's do it.
Tell me if that works. I mean, tell me how you like it.
So much cool stuff in there. I'll come back later for the rest of it.
Wrong button.
Treat yourself to a psychic access today. Ah, one of my regulars. We appreciate your business.
Really, Crazy Norse. Interesting. I just thought it was a good film, but you know me. That's all I really care about. I might go for those two.
Thanks for visiting the Automatic.
Hey, kid. You didn't take the toilet plunger, did ya?
Dream fluffs. Get your dream fluffs right here at the Automatic.
Wow! The Psychonauts have their own hair salon? Would it be weird if I asked for the Sasha 9? Doesn't look open yet, though.
Aw. In the end. Okay.
Shouldn't you? Wow! Here they are! The Psychic Six. The group of paranormal experts Ford Cruller gathered together to form the Psychonauts. I read all about them in True Psychic Tales #1. Tragically, none of them were the same after fighting Maligula in the deluge of Grulovia. Less tragically, but still upsetting, my mom used that issue of True Psychic Tales to line the floor of the world's smallest horse trailer.
Did you see the way Agent Forsyth stormed through here?
If she doesn't find a way to let off some steam.
Excuse me, but do you know where intern orientation is?
Second floor, past the classroom.
Thanks.
If you passed the restrooms, you went the wrong way.
What, are we recruiting from kindergartens now?
She needs a vacation.
Hey, don't we all?
So yeah, which one do you think is the villain of the six?
Because I built it.
So there's two obvious options. The guy right front and center, or one of the people off to the side you're barely supposed to notice. One of the two. Yeah, why are all the psychics so damn rude? Jesus Christ.
The new kid, whose name I've already forgotten, come up to my office immediately. Before I forget why I let you into the intern program.
Nope, I'm busy.
Wow! A bowling alley? A psychic bowling alley? Amazing! Doesn't look open, though.
God damn it.
Otto Mentalis was Ford's first recruit. Used Psytanium to engineer psychoreactive and psycho-enhancing devices. Compton Boone, master of zoolepathy. If he's anything like his grandson Dogen, he can be a little dangerous if he gets overwhelmed. Which is often.
Also, Dogen.
Ford Cruller, the greatest psychonaut of all time, and a close personal friend of mine, I might add. There's Bob Zanotto, pioneer in human-plant telepathy, and he's Lily's great-uncle. Helmut Fulbear explored a synthesis of psychic powers in the arts. Sadly, he was lost in the Battle of Grulovia. That's Cassiopeia, best-selling author of Mind Swarm, expert in extreme multitasking and mental compartmentalization. She claimed to have independent control of every cell in her brain, controlling them like a swarm of bees.
Okay, my bet's on Cassiopeia. For the aforementioned reason.
Come down and get a performance-enhancing pin.
So, okay, you remember how I mentioned that levitation wasn't quite a positive last game? Because how it worked? Well, it works better in this game, as you can see. It's got a little bit of a recovery against momentum gimmick. Whereas in before, I physically would not be able to go up this thing like that.
Yep. Aha! Got some intern credits.
Yay!
Got a side card.
Oh god, so this is gonna really screw with me. This is this in this game. In the previous game, this was that. And I just finished playing that game, so if you ever see me start to fire up a side bubble, it's because that's supposed to be the levitate button.
Attention all interns. If you do not have a mentor yet, please report to my office immediately for assignment.
Yeah, I'm busy getting stuff. Important intern stuff. I probably should remap them. If nothing else, because of that. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. We got it. Hey. So I want. Interesting. There we go. I actually am the gardener's intern. And the janitor's, if you think about it.
I had this weird urge to go shopping. Yep, I'll take that card.
If you would just cooperate with our investigation.
Oh, I'd like to, but I can't.
I know you're scared, but if you could just tell me who...
No more question.
Need any help, Sasha?
Yes, from him.
Me?
Help me find the answers I need.
Oh, so this is all my fault.
Have any suspicions?
No, that's the frustrating thing. How could anyone in the Psychonauts do this? And how could they keep it a secret?
Oh yeah, by the way, another example of good game design. And I mean that. It swaps immediately between mouse and keyboard and controller, like that. I only point that out because that's surprisingly rare to see that in gaming.
Maybe he just hatched this scheme on his own?
He has no motivation.
Oh, hello, Dad.
Someone hired him, and, given his access to Truman, someone on the inside.
So about Maligula.
She's dead, Rasputin. Ford Cruller made sure of that. Nothing for you to worry about.
At least we made it out of the rhombus of ruin.
You performed well in the field, Rasputin. I'll make sure Agent Forsyth finds out all about it in my report. Just as soon as I'm done here.
Why do you think he won't cooperate? He seemed to have such a big change of heart back in the rhombus.
Someone has conditioned him, hypnotically, to be unable to tell us, even if he wanted to. But who?
I'll let you get back to the interrogation. Sorry I can't help.
You've done a lot, Rasputin. Thank you.
Well, Sasha's still cool, so that's good to know.
Second.
Didn't happen to see my car keys while you were in there, I suppose.
I love these things.
Ooh. Rank up.
I need more pins. I need all the pins.
Seriously. Any suggestions on which thing we should push first? Obviously, melee is probably the most, mundane but useful thing. Telekinesis increases throw damage, reduce cooldown, and objects can pluck objects faster. Bigger release for the shot, get an additional blast and an AoE. Bigger burn, longer burn, bigger burn. And of course, damage while running around, gain a high jump, and even more damage. I mean, Psyblasts aren't irritating to use this time around, so I'm more likely to use them. We could also save up. I see 2 people saying we should save up. We'll save for now. That's probably what I would do normally.
What if?
So I'll go ahead and save for the moment.
No good.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I don't blame you for being fascinated with me.
Can't leave this card lying around.
Also, by coincidence,
Let me try
of the fact that this game starts just a couple of days after the last game, we start off with the sprint button, which can make the early stuff a lot smoother. What in the world are you doing?
Is this a bad time, Mia?
I always have time for my Kirinjinho.
Telling you, healthiest person in the first game. I already said that, and I stand by it.
Are you worried about Maligula?
Well, she died in the Battle of Grulovia, but sometimes the idea of someone is more dangerous than the person themselves. Her followers are what scare me. When someone devotes their life to a memory, they're capable of anything.
Are you meditating?
In a way, I'm reaching out to detect ripples in the psychic network around the world.
What are you doing that for?
I'm trying to find the illusionist activity around the world and report it to Agent Forsyth down in the nerve center.
Ripples?
A name like Maligula carries heavy emotional baggage for many people. It's like a large stone dropped in a pond. Ripples spread out, bounce off each other. If you know how to read the patterns, they can lead you to the source.
Can I ask you about the Psychic Six?
Of course, Rasputin.
Are any of them still around?
Oh, yes. Besides Ford, there's Otto Mentalis out in his workshop, still tinkering with his gadgets. Sasha is his #1 customer. Dogenbull's grandfather, Compton, is here as well, but he keeps to himself. The other survivors have gone their own ways, unfortunately.
What happened to Helmut Fullbear?
Oh, that poor soul was lost in the Battle of Grulovia. I wish I could have met him. He seemed to have such a love of life and color.
Did you ever meet Cassiopeia?
No, but I read her book, Mindswarm. Very inspiring. I'm actually using some of her multitasking techniques right now, talking to you while I work.
Did you ever work with Lily's great-uncle, Bob Zanato?
Oh, yes, poor Bob. He lost so much in the battle. It really took a toll on him. I know it was very difficult for Truman to let him go, but it was getting dangerous. Oh, what that poor family has endured.
Well, enough about those guys.
Yes, let's talk about us.
Have you talked to Sasha lately?
Sasha and I are always talking. Oh, he says hello.
Well, I'll stop bothering you now.
Never a bother, darling. Ciao.
Hi, Sasha.
Well, I can't leave this mysterious lost key just lying around.
So that's new. 1 of 6.
Psychar!
And 7 of 27. I do like the quick pop-up of how many I have in the area. At least that's what I'm assuming that is. That's Oleander's place. They get that, and Oleander gets that. I can't even go in. Ah, right. So, I've already hit my Titanium cap. That took minutes.
We've got Psychors, Cyclops, and the ever-popular... Welcome to the Automatic.
It's items. Ah, okay, here we go.
Good selection. Please use your purchases responsibly.
Yeah, that's a bit of an upgrade.
Gonna order anything?
Nah, I'm holding out for the bacon.
You are a honey pepper fool.
So is this bacon really worth it?
Well, it's made from honey pepper boars, which are really rare.
Gosh, you know so much about bacon.
What's a... Okay, whatever.
Hey!
Hey!
Uh-huh.
Have you mixed in the eggs? Ah, okay.
Wow! You agents share recipes? You're just like us.
Yeah, right.
Recipes.
Special Friday, honey pepper boar bacon. Please?
So, what's good today?
Why do I bother making signs?
Die, monster! No, Oh my god, I just had lunch and that looks good. Like, a lot of that looks good. I want everything there. Just one of everything, please. Thank you.
Visit your friendly local...
Aw, see you around, Octo-G. Don't worry, we're not going to beat the game today. We will be playing it tomorrow, though. And
just like my
Monday.
The little jerk.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, lady. Die, no, I'm not going to kill her.
Come back to the Automatic. Many new items and some brand new items here.
What? Interesting.
Ta-ta.
Now, Family Day on Sundays won't start for 2 weeks.
Sorry, I didn't... Whoa!
Ow! That's mean!
Did he hurt you, baby?
I'm not a baby.
Yeah, you are. Question is, who's this new kid?
My name is Raz, and I'm the new intern.
That's ridiculous. I didn't ask for a new intern.
Intern program's full. Sorry, kid.
He is clumsy. He'd probably get us all killed.
And he's mean.
Well, kid, we give it a fair shot, and it looks like it just didn't work out. Better luck next year.
Guys, quit picking on the new kid. We were all new once, in case you forgot. I think he'll fit in just fine. In fact, I think he'll look cute in our uniform. Let's take him to the closet. Hey, you okay in there, Rusty? What's the holdup?
It's Raz. I was just wondering, if there's an intern uniform, how come you guys aren't wearing it?
Oh, well, we're level 2. Now just hand out your clothes and we'll get you that uniform.
Kids.
Can't you hand me the uniform first?
No, silly. We need to take your clothes and measure them so we can get you a uniform that fits.
Unless you want us to come in there and measure you.
No. Here you go. Just hurry up, okay? It's cold in here and I'm practically naked. Uh-oh. Guys? Oh, come on! This is embarrassing in so many ways.
Well, we've got our first mission. Escape from the dickheads. Well, we're not cold anymore, so that's good.
Got it!
Yeah, first mission, burn the new kids. Second mission, continue burning the new kids. Yep, go into my backpack there.
There's a narrow slot, but I don't think I can fit through it. I don't know the code. Rats!
Hi, Harold.
Oh, sorry, Harold. You're absolutely right. I should think about how I'm using that word. What is it, Harold? Do you know the code? Is the code in there, Harold? I'm too big to go in there. If only I could see what you see in there. Hey, that reminds me.
Well, we're still limited to 4 abilities for some reason. Better than 3 abilities, but that still sucks.
Almost had it. Time to see the world as you see it, Harold.
We are apparently a giant mouse. It's doubly funny since this game is actually designed for, computer.
Once again, Harold, I found your perspective to be an essential contribution to the mission.
That's adorable. Just look at it. Look at it.
Oh no.
It's okay, they can't see you. Okay, now we need to use clairvoyance on everybody. Exactly.
We got him right where we want him, and yet we still can't extract the information we need.
Where are we hiding?
You have to let me do more. You know it's because of me that...
Otto.
I mean, if I hadn't...
Not a word, Rasputin, until I find you some new clothes. Sorry if the fit is a little off. They're the smallest clothes I had.
They look pretty nice.
Now, tell us again how you ended up outside in your underwear.
Oh, I was sort of going undercover. Just like you did, Agent Mentalis, in True Psychic Tales number 62, when you used your defibrillator to hypnotize 16 trans troopers at once.
Oh, please. That old yarn? Oh, they embellished so many details in that version. But in fact, it was 17 troopers. Well, love to chat, but I gotta make like a brain and bounce.
But
if you're ever looking for just the right tool for the job, come see me in my workshop. Even the best Psychonauts require a little assistance now and then.
Now, if you'll excuse me, Rasputin, I need to get back to the matter at hand.
No, I didn't bend the spoons, Mommy. Ooh, I love going through the car wash.
can I turn around? There we go.
Initiation rituals are a common method for a specialized social group to integrate foreign elements while preserving the social exclusivity of that group. Understand?
Thanks, Sasha.
Yeah, I know what hazing is. Thanks.
Almost had it. I just need to focus a little longer.
This is what I look like to Sasha. I think that's almost the exact same. God, that's so cute the way he moves. Hi.
Almost had it. I just need to focus a little longer with my clairvoyance.
This is what we look like to Dr. Lobato.
Hey, kid.
Greetings, Agent. All is as it should be. So I guess that takes place of the dowsing rod. And is much quicker and less irritating and better in every way. She sees this as... What?
That was a dirty trick you pulled. I want my clothes back.
You know, you're right. I'm sorry. And I'm going to make it up to you. I'm going to let you finish my asset recovery mission.
Why do I feel like I'm gonna end up naked in a closet again?
My intern assignment is to track down this list of missing Psychonaut assets. Mission critical assets.
So, like a scavenger hunt?
If you think like a child, you will do a child's work. Finish this mission, and we'll know you're ready for your clothes back.
Perfect. First I set you on fire, then I kill you. In that order.
This looks like a good place to track my side missions.
Step 1.
Hey, you should see a doctor. Looking tippy.
Squirrel.
Bad fish. Knock it off.
Hey, Sam. Aren't you not supposed to tap the glass?
No, it's the opposite. You're supposed to tap on the glass to keep their heart rates up. In this predator-free environment, their heart rates get dangerously slow.
Huh.
That's...
Plus, they love it. I mean, look at them jump. Hey, fish. You're pretty.
I'm really late to intern orientation now. I better get to the class right away.
Same reason they're evil in real life.
Hey!
Hello. I am a cigarette dispenser machine.
Experts agree. It's just not safe to use clairvoyance. Without my special clairvoyance enhancing pins.
Okay, I'm sorry. How do you enhance clairvoyance?
Pins, the very latest.
Extend duration of brain block and enter clairvoyance tape in double time. Interesting.
I don't think I need any more gadgets right now.
Good, because I would never trust one to someone so young. Of course.
Nice guy.
Lizzie, once I get my pirate radio station going, I'm gonna have a few, not many, DJ jobs open.
Oh yeah? What's it pay?
A lot. In exposure. Plus, you'll get free music appreciation lessons from me.
Pass.
Oh, look, I really need you on the channel. How about a trade?
Okay. Switch mentor assignments with me. You take Compton, I get Mia.
No one comes between me and Mia, Lizzie. No one.
Did someone say something about pirate radio?
No.
Yes. Morris is doing it, and it's totally against the rules, and he's gonna get kicked out of the Psychonauts.
Lizzie, you're fired.
Dream on.
Can I be a pirate radio DJ?
What's your area of musical expertise?
Well, I grew up in the circus, so most of what I know is calliope music.
I see.
Looks like you don't need me anymore, Morris.
Listen, I'll get back to you, kid.
Yeah, you're both fired. Literally, that's not a joke.
Just what do you think you're doing?
Setting you on fire. Peace.
Cut! What do you mean my psycho-mech battle bot is cut?
Austerity measures, Oleander. Every department is affected.
But my PMBB!
No time for pet projects, Maury.
You think this is saving you money? How much is it gonna cost you to rebuild this place if Maligula destroys it in a tidal wave?
Pretty sure it's the same one. Yep. Both kids see me as this.
Cut! What do you mean, my psycho-mech bat?
Get a hold of yourself, Oleander.
Good luck fighting Maligula without my battle bot, cheapskates.
Hey, I'm with you. Letting him build a battle anything is probably a bad idea.
What?
Oh, right. New intern. Thought I told you not to be late. Doesn't matter. You need a mentor. Let me see who's left.
Ooh. Am I helping Mia? Or Sasha on a mission?
No. You're in the mailroom. Your mentor is Nick John Smith.
Mailroom? Nick John Smith? I've never heard of an Agent John Smith.
Nick's not an agent. He's not even psychic. He's just good at sorting mail. You'll love Nick. Everybody does.
But the mailroom?
Ford Cruller himself worked in that mailroom. You could learn a lot there. For one thing, how to be on time. Okay, I've given you fingerprint access to the mailroom. Now scoot. I've got a base to run and a budget to balance.
That sounds like a fun game. I mean, yeah, I know. I'm always into management sims, but imagine managing basically an MIB or a Psychonauts base. Having to make sure that you have the right resources and the budget for the income that's being pulled in. Maybe doing extra assignments on the side in order to get a little extra income, some of which are illegal because you're using your mind powers in ways that's not allowed by the government, you know. I'm just saying, I'd play the crap out of that. Also. Yep, that tracks. I like how the goggles are still there, though. Yeah, mailroom isn't quite the janitor, but it's pretty close. So anybody dismissing the mailroom, the mail clerk, is doing so at their own peril.
Side challenge markers are like a hobby of mine.
How are all the beds... Whatever. Don't care. Attention, everyone. Your first lesson is how to burn people who disagree with you about Star Wars. Verbally, not with your mind. I said not with your mind, Timmy. Alright.
Hey! How's your dad?
Terrible! I gotta go get him some therapy plant stats.
How'd you get that hatch open?
Oh, it's got a fingerprint combination. I can teach it to you. Come here. It's more than just a number. You kinda have to feel it. Do you feel it?
Yes.
Good. Tell anybody you got it from me, and you're dead. Bye!
Thanks, Lily. saw it in a cutscene, so I couldn't see what she thinks of me.
Looks really tense in there. What's going on?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Oh, sorry. So they don't share the top secret stuff with you. I assumed you were a pretty high-ranking agent, but...
I am. And they tell me all kinds of stuff. Like about the money problems and the Maligula thing.
What? Maligula?
Wait, what? I didn't say that. I didn't say anything.
And I didn't hear anything.
No, see, it's a mole. And remember, they're all freaking out right now about a mole problem. She thinks I'm the mole because she probably thinks everybody here's the mole.
Is it break time yet? What's up, little guy?
I don't even know what to make of that one. Mailroom.
Scanning for fingerprint. Access granted.
Ooh, good idea.
Be a rank riser, not card miser. Combine your Psycards with a Psycore from the Automatic.
Check.
Absolutely not, Blue Hero. I don't want to know what people think of me.
It's the mole! Ha ha! Just messing with you.
Say that. I'm saying. Seeing some repeats amongst the generics.
Probably just saved a life taking this off the market.
Day old sushi. Gross. Oh yeah, I hear all the time about what people think of me. It's not fun. I'm coming to get you. How do I... There we go. Hey. Oh, I didn't even see that until I was already down. Much better so far, Crazy Horse. Not just more intuitive, but the automatic camera movements. Like, here, I won't use the camera at all for a second. Oops. Yeah. No camera usage. You see how it more naturally follows? Not what I'm doing so much as what I should be seeing, what I need to see. We'll see what we get at when we get to, you know, an actual level, but at least for a hub, this is doing pretty well.
Psycards piling up. Turn them into side challenge markers with a Psycore.
Scanning access granted.
Mr. John Smith? Hello? New intern here.
He's usually so organized.
I'll organize your face with your stuff. Look, I'm not good at comebacks, okay? At all. My comeback is usually just to kill you and then think, come back. And that's about all I got. And it doesn't matter because you're dead.
Should I tell somebody? I don't want to get poor Nick in trouble.
Everything okay in here?
Who are you?
I'm, Nick John Smith's new intern?
Oh, so you're the one not sorting all this mail.
Wait!
Better get all this mail sorted, quick! You're making Nick look bad.
Okay. Nope, that's how being an intern is.
He's got a side card.
No initiation. No nothing. Nobody cares about you. And everybody kind of just dumps things on you because if you leave, or if you don't like it, who cares? You're an intern. It's not like you matter.
Side challenge marker. Can't leave this card lying around.
In case you're paying attention, yes, I'm literally calling it a second-class system thing.
I need to sort this mail if I'm...
Really messed up if you think about it. Okay, so... Okay, wrong. Why does it keep doing that?
This package is addressed to Truman Zanotto. Hey, this might be important. I'd better bring it to Truman. Technically, this is official Psychonauts business.
Well, that's 4 of 6. See you around, Devo. Enjoy finishing the painting, which you probably have already done.
Heavy. What the heck did Truman order here? Ouch! That did some damage. Oops! Alley-oop! Look, I'd better deliver this to Truman. Here we go!
Yeah, so far this is kind of depressing on the story axis. It's like, hey, you remember being a nobody and a nothing who everybody abused and made fun of? Well, congrats.
Hey, you guys gotta check this out. The new kid killed Nick.
He's alive, but he's brainless.
What kind of sick monster would steal Nick's brain? I mean, Nick!
Maybe he saw something he shouldn't have.
But why keep his body alive?
And why mail it to the grand head of the Psychonauts?
It could be a warning.
Hey guys, does the Lady Luctopus Casino mean anything to you?
Isn't that where we sent Agent 33?
To investigate suspected delusionist activity?
Agent 33 is 2 days late with her status update.
I'll get the jet.
I'll pack the go case.
I'll stay here and protect the children.
What? Aren't we all going on the mission?
We could use you in tactical command, Agent Forsyth.
And maybe the interns would benefit from...
It's not safe. Not while we have a double agent among us.
I'll take her place. I've heard the buffet there is shockingly reasonable. Well, if you reconsider, meet us on the jet pad within the hour.
Can't we just...
No, all of you, to the interns' bay. Now! I've got some training exercises planned today that are both informative and safe.
So it's not Hollis.
One there has to delouse the brain tumbler.
That'll be me.
TV?
Yeah, no, exactly. It's too obvious for it to be her.
I'll bet those guys took Nick's body back to the mailroom. I should go check and see if he's He's okay.
Scanning
He is my mentor,
access
after all.
granted.
That I could see, Bregman. How you doing, buddy? Why am I a Lego man? Whatever. Well, hopefully she's not actually as bad as Dolores Umbridge, because then I'm going to murder her.
Rasputin Aquato, you are holding up the class. Please report to the think tank right away.
Hang on, I'm busy holding up the class. I'm getting money.
Rasputin Aquato. I know
Just
your
thinking
name
about
now. Mostly because you're
That's
late
right.
for class.
He mailed that letter for you that one time, didn't he?
Be a rank riser, not card miser. Combine your Psy cards with a Psy core from the Automatic.
There I am. He apparently sees nothing but bacon. And she sees... right.
Hey, don't worry. We're going to find Nick's brain.
It's just... he was so great at sorting mail, you know?
I'll sort your mail, Colin.
What?
I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm saying.
Just... oh my god, kiss! Alright, so hang on. One of these two yahoos... see something.
What'd you do that for? What'd you do that for? What'd you do that? What'd you do that for? Psychics.
Oh, whatever.
Psy cards piling up? Turn them into Psy challenge markers with a Psy core from the Automatic.
You don't realize how much slower that is until you do it without. Jeez Louise. Look at that.
Oh, good. You're finally here. Let me know when you're prepared to learn something.
Almost had it. I just need to focus a little longer with my clairvoyance.
Whatever.
Don't wait too long. You'll miss class.
How do I...
If I may speak...
You may not. Class is in session.
Can I ask...
Please hold all questions till the end of the lesson.
Agent Forsyth, that mission...
is being handled by experienced Psychonauts. Do not bring it up again.
Who almost just died to one of their
When
own.
does class start?
As soon as you get to my classroom.
This isn't your classroom?
No. This is. So are you ready, kid?
Yeah.
And what are you ready for?
Safety.
Oh, you think the human mind is safe? Well, that's cute. And that is how you perform the advanced psychic ability known as mental connection.
Cool.
Ooh, sorry. Could you repeat that?
Sorry, kid. I warned you not to be late. I'm off to attend to some fiduciary concerns. Norma, take over for me, won't you? You can practice with some of those loose ideas.
But Agent Forsyth, is it safe to leave all these thoughts out like this if you're not here?
Norma, please. It takes more than a few rambunctious children to affect the mind of a trained psychonaut.
What are you doing, weirdo?
Try not to fall asleep in my class. All right, Rapscallion. Okay, now how do I explain mental connection extremely simply?
Let me guess. We focus on an idea in someone's mind until we form a tangible connection with it.
Oh, I didn't realize you were a mental connection expert. By all means, give us a demo. Professor.
I've decided I don't like these kids. That did make me laugh, though. But I'm afraid these kids need to all die. So, yeah, could you send the Skywalker kid in here, please? No, just give him a lightsaber. Mm-hmm. Yep, thanks. What do you think I'm trying to do? Come on, game. There you go.
If he does this wrong, he could die.
Cool. I'm gonna go catch some stuff while I'm waiting for you guys to, stop being in my way.
Let's go. I'm just a little bit bored.
Hey, are you trying to kill me?
Maybe.
Ow! Watch it.
You're dead, new kid.
I'll get her. She's okay. Him.
What the heck did you just do?
I said connect with the idea, not jump inside it like a hamster ball.
Sorry. Old habit from the circus, I guess.
Not only is cilantro delicious, it's affordable and easy to grow in a window box herb garden.
What the heck is that?
What?
You left a slime trail.
It's like he connected the two thoughts together.
Oh, now you're in trouble. Hey, what's the big idea?
Looks like disgust.
Well, I'm sure it's not the first time Rasputin has created that thought in someone's mind.
Not only is cilantro delicious, it's affordable and easy to grow in a window box herb. I know cilantro reduces the risk of digestive distress, but it tastes like soap.
Uh-oh.
And honestly, I'd rather have the gas.
She's one of the soap people.
If you can change Forsyth's opinion of cilantro, maybe you could change her mind about the casino mission.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, she worries about us kids too much. It's taking years off of her life expectancy.
If you could get her not to be so worried all the time.
We could all go on a real Psychonauts mission!
Well, I don't suppose it would hurt to take a look around up there. Just see if there's any, problems.
Very ethical. Also, I am not as one of that 20%, no.
What's this little? I like those.
My main issue is, what is it called? The crap that's in Italian sausage, which tastes like vomit to me. I can't think what it's called. Fennel, that's it.
Straight to the top, Raz!
Of course, if you're scared, don't do it.
I mean, you'll probably get kicked out of the Psychonauts for trying, but what the heck?
Connect those thoughts, young man.
Try not to kill her brain, Raz.
Remember.
Shut up. God, people.
was for the good of the mission.
Oh, wait. This was a terrible idea.
They just don't have the experience.
I mean, we don't. So that's a true statement.
I'll just have to get Sasha to give up half of his laboratory budget. It was hard enough getting him.
This was a bad idea. I'm going back.
But you did it, Forsyth. Remember that.
I don't want her to know I'm here.
Need to cut out the frills in the cafeteria for sure. No more imported truffles, Otto. Regular mushrooms are just as good. I can already hear Mia complaining she can't meditate without fresh cilantro in her chimichurri. That stuff tastes like soap for Dello, and also, we can't afford it.
Our Lady of Restraint Neurological Hospital. I think Hollis said she was an intern here once.
I always had my best ideas here. Let's just hope I don't run into Dr. Putz.
Maybe trying to change her mind is a bad idea.
Bad idea.
No, wait. I think that is a bad idea.
Oh, cool. So it has combat application, too.
Yes! No room in here for any bad ideas but my own. Speaking of, I gotta catch up to Hollis and try to change her mind about the mission.
Like, we really shouldn't change her mind about the missions. Come on, kid. I know you're a kid. Damn it.
What's that sound?
Yeah, melee sucks. Or, I mean, Psy Blast sucks, excuse me. Oh, I fell off immediately. Still skippable. Which is good.
Ah! Here's the Hatbot's tag. I think I hear some emotional baggage nearby. I think I hear some.
Oh, we got all the emotional baggage here. Nice.
I'll take this nugget.
Okay. There you go. Okay, now we're gonna go. That's a good idea. Free knuckle sandwich to incoming grappled enemies for bonus damage. Connection between enemy grapples are short. Cooldown, excuse me, between enemy grapples are shortened. Connect to dark thoughts to reach previously untraversable areas.
I feel like I'm finally getting the hang of these mental connections.
That requires much higher rank. 30, actually. I think I like Dream Whisperer's idea, too. Let's go for... What's this one for the other one?
Feels like I got a little more spring in my levitation.
Bit of a high jump there.
Oh my God, look at the size of that kid's head! Get him to radiology, stat!
What?
You saved another life, Dr. Potts.
Oh, please. I was just doing my job.
I heard the technique you used was developed by your intern, Hollis Forsyth.
Oh, my intern? Yes, well, we did collaborate on that a little.
Only a little. I took all the credit.
The patient will make a full recovery, Dr. Potts. All thanks to you.
Mm-hmm.
And your brilliant intern, Hollis Forsyth.
Why, yes. Well, she has been a helpful assistant. I like the look of these. This brain has made amazing progress.
Another life saved by the Forsyth method.
The Potts method? Potts. It was my invention. That intern merely transcribed my dictation.
Oh, my apologies, Dr. Potts.
In fact, I was thinking of getting rid of her.
You know, you'd think she'd know how to treat interns if she's already been an intern.
Hey, I got half a mind.
Okay, that caught me.
I've got half a mind to look for the other half. Something tells me it's not too far away.
That's also a heart piece, if you were catching that. Disgust and death? We should connect death and victory! Sorry.
Good luck collecting your debts after I'm dead, losers.
Hang on. New idea.
Good luck collecting your... I can't believe some people prefer open casket funerals. Disgusting. I can't believe some people prefer... Good luck collecting your debts after I'm dead, loser.
Yay. Health up. $16 Ross.
Yep.
I was gonna say, in most countries, dying does not get rid of your debts. And in many countries, dying makes your debts much, much worse. Alright, hang on. Time to give a negative. And like 50 positives. But mostly a negative. History maker. I'm sorry. You know what's really going to bother me? Way back in the day, I had... excuse me. I had to do a rumination on Ratchet and Clank, and then I had to do a rumination on Ratchet and Clank. The original one on the PS3, I think. PS2, something like that. And then the one on the PS4, right? I really liked the PS4 one. I wasn't super fond of the original. I got flamed to hell for that. I actually had to delete a couple of comments, and if you know anything about me, I don't do that all that often. Looks like I can't connect victory.
Good luck collecting your debts after I'm dead, losers.
Yeah. So anyways, this is better than the first game in every way, and I look forward to people, you know, being people about that.
That's no good. Maybe if I move some funds around. I could postpone paying those bills, but not these.
Yep, that's med school. The Forsyth method. The Potts method. Changing minds through mental connections. Okay.
Another grant is off the table for sure. Bet the gastronauts don't have to pinch pennies like this.
I'm sorry, the whom?
Where am I gonna get the money for that? What if I eliminate some meals? I went to school for medicine. How did I end up stressing about money management all day? Well, I just need to put those thoughts aside and focus on the children. Their safety is the most important thing. And it's not just because a lawsuit would bankrupt us right now. That casino mission would be good experience for them, but it's too risky. What if I let them go and the worst happens? Need to focus. Only one unfathomable fear at a time, Forsyth.
No, the figments.
Associated risk with something more positive than death. It would open her up to so many more missions. I mean, life experiences.
Raz.
Yeah. I've got enough credit to upgrade one of my scythe powers.
Okay, look. I'm just gonna say this as simply as I can. If I had infinite power, I still wouldn't change people's minds like this. Just saying. Oh, what do we got here? We got germs, mushrooms, which are delightful, apparently. Socks with sandals. Oh, yeah, here we go. What do we got here? What do we got here? Can we connect that with anything? We can. We can connect socks with sandals to death. Or risk.
Don't people who wear socks with sandals worry about rattlesnake bites?
I mean, why wouldn't they? Alright, now we've got risk. Let's connect risk with delight.
Sure, it's fun to take risks. But what use is it?
Alright, now let's connect delight to socks with sandals.
Whenever I see socks with sandals, it reminds me of my favorite German college professor.
If Hollis wants to solve her money problems, she's gonna need to accept some risk.
It's just that socks are so absorbent. You shouldn't have them exposed when you're on the street. When you pick up wild mushrooms, you really need to clean them thoroughly before cooking.
That's not the change I was going for.
Shut up.
Wearing socks with sandals leads to toenail fungus. Everybody knows that. What if my husband starts wearing socks with sandals? Could I still love him?
Interesting. But that's not going to help us go on that casino mission.
I just remembered how dire the Psychonauts' finances are. Wearing socks with sandals is just rich people trying to show off how they can afford fancy socks.
Obviously. Actually, I have Retro Justice, although not all that often, to be honest. I'm missing one figment in this zone. By the way, I love the counter. It's a nice little quick quality of life thing right there. Okay, so we've got socks with sandals. There's 3 things we haven't connected it to. Versus death.
I'd rather die than wear socks with sandals.
Hang on, hang on. Okay, so this is gonna take a minute. Give me a second.
I'd rather die than wear socks with sandals. Some people hate cilantro, but everybody hates socks with sandals.
I think the only way to get Hollis to take us on a mission to a...
Shut up! I'm having fun.
...to associate risk with money.
I should really use soap when cleaning my produce, especially the cilantro. It's the only way to kill germs.
Yes, I was, Ross. This game literally came out 16 years after the previous one. Literally, literally.
We really need to deal with the mushroom growth around the quarry. It's just not safe. Mushrooms really do add a savory heft to any dish.
If I could just get Hollis...
Actually, hang on. Can't I? No, that's off. I thought this was the tutorial hint thing, but it's off, so that's clearly not it. Yeah, whatever.
Risk-averse.
Whenever I see socks with sandals, it reminds me of my favorite German college professor.
Is that all of them? I think that's all of them. Okay, so we've done all the connections to socks with sandals.
Whenever I see socks with sandals, it reminds me of
time to collect. It's time to connect. Excuse me. Delight with death.
I just got the strangest urge to go outside and kill some ants. Must be from hanging out with these kids.
Oh.
There was a way to connect money.
Shut up.
I'm sure that would solve our problems.
You just...
Nothing bad would happen.
You literally just talked over her thing. Shut up.
If the Psychonauts don't get some more funding soon, I'm going to die. That's all there is to it.
I think the only way to get Hollis to take us on a mission to a casino is to get her to associate risk with money.
Okay, that is actually annoying. Especially since A, it's doing it so rapidly, and B, it's overriding the thing I'm actually enjoying.
I need to stop using cilantro in my cooking. Has science conclusively proven it's not poisonous? I should really use soap when cleaning my produce. Especially when you pick up wild mushrooms, you really need to clean them thoroughly before cooking. We really need to deal with the mushroom growth around the quarry. It's just not safe. Stop using cilantro in my cooking. I know cilantro reduces the risk of digestive distress, but it tastes like soap. And honestly, I'd rather stop thinking about money so much. It is the root of all evil, after all.
So, I don't know if this is good or bad or in between, but here's something to think about. The connection between money and stress is 1 point. Or, more accurately, 0 points. It is just a direct connection. In order to connect money to anything else requires more than one connection. Now, if you really pay attention, you'll notice that a lot of these follow trends like that. Like cilantro and disgust are right next to each other. And risk and death are right next to each other on the other side there. Delight is kind of by itself, but can be connected to a lot of things if given enough paths. Socks with Sandals is way the hell over there. And to connect money with death, or sorry, money with risk, requires this huge roundabout thing.
I think I just figured out how to solve all our money problems.
Yeah, it's probably partially intentional and partially just gameplay. Why is there a giant mushroom?
Hey, Teach, what gives? I was in the middle of a sweet hookup there.
Guess what, kids? You all did so well on your lesson. How about we give your new power a test drive out in the field?
You mean we're going on the mission? For real?
Isn't that dangerous?
You know what they say, Sam. Nothing ventured, nothing brained.
I don't think that's what...
Let's roll.
Heck yes!
Cool.
Right.
Sweet.
Woo!
Yeah, meanwhile, this is a terrible idea. Also, Paranoid Android asked, how was the meat circus? 5 negatives to gameplay. Excuse me. And McPoindester asked if this game has better polish, to which the answer is, yeah. So this is terrible. It was only 5. But the funny thing is, it was actually divvied up. There were 2 negatives for the level, essentially. 2 negatives for the first chunk of the final boss, and then a bonus negative, which is basically everything else combined. Now, you're probably thinking, how are any of those not 3 negatives? I've played worse. On camera. Under the current review system. But anyways. Yeah, to be completely blunt, 5 negatives for an outro is really bad. I think we've only covered 2 other games that are worse than that. One of them is Mega Man X7, which is the worst game I've ever reviewed. That's a good question, Mr. Red. What, you don't like peer pressure? All the cool kids around here like peer pressure. What's your problem? Yeah. FF14 1.0 is probably the only thing that would surpass everything else on negatives.
I'm so glad you changed your mind about the mission, Agent Forsyth. I was nervous about bringing the children, but if you feel that it's safe, then it must be.
It's crucial they find out what these delusionists are up to at the casino. With you handling tactical command, I'd say our probability of mission success has risen 35%.
I'll take those odds. Now, how long till we reach the Lady Luctopus?
We're almost there.
Agent Forsyth, how are you feeling?
Lucky.
That's not good.
Using a false identity, we have secured a high roller suite to use as our base of operations.
Now, children, you are not to leave the suite. Like most casinos, the Lady Lactopus has a strict no psychics policy.
Weak.
Be happy for this chance to observe Agent Forsyth in action.
Oh my god, is she not a psychic?
Teacup, this is Shoehorn. We are nearing position 1. I'm moving down the primary ventilation shaft, and Dustpan is approaching the front desk.
Yes, Ross. The worst game I've played to completion? I'm not sure. I have played games that might hypothetically be worse than Mega Man X7. I'm not 100% on that one, because I've never reviewed them, and you know me, I don't like to give such a denominative for things I'm not sure of. But remember, I've beaten Ride to Hell Retribution on camera. So, yeah. I'll be right back. I need more water, and my throat's slowly dying on me, so I'll be right back. Chair always knows what to say. If you put up Octopath for re-review, I would probably say no. Ironically, it wouldn't give me a headache this time because I'd play the PC version. I'd turn the damn option off. I'd ding it in the review, but I wouldn't literally get a headache from it.
Teacup, come in. Are you there? Hollis.
Whoops. Wrong thing.
Oh, yes! Shoehorn, this is Teacup. I have you on visual.
Teacup, this is Dustpan. I'm approaching position 1. After you've disabled the side detectors and inhibitors, on your go-ahead, I'll approach the reception desk and distract the clerks.
After they're distracted, I'll drop into the office and find the room number that belongs to this key. Just make sure to disable the main fan, because my position is close.
No need to explain, agents. You do your job, and I'll do mine. Let's keep radio silent so I can concentrate.
Understood.
Roger that, Teacup. Dustpan out.
Hey, maybe we should keep out of Agent Forsyth's, operations theater?
Something is really not right with Hollis. What did you do to her?
What, me? Nothing. I just...
Made her love gambling?
She's fine. She just needs a little space.
I cannot take my eyes off this train wreck. You are going to be in so much trouble.
What you doing, Morris?
I'll tell you what I'm not doing. I'm not watching the pre-semi-final practice vote to find out who's maybe not going on to the next round of Pop Gladiators.
You sure you should be making drinks? Agent Forsyth is right over there.
Rasputin, we're just fooling around. Lighten up.
Actually, I did eat one of those pickled onions, and I think I got a little buzz off of it.
Yeah, those boys are pretty ripe.
I think I'd like a small tumble in the net, please.
What's that?
I think it's a circus drink. My parents would talk about having one at the end of our shows.
Okay. I haven't had a hot water hand grenade in a long time. Can you make one of those?
Oh, I don't have the right equipment for that one. Sorry.
Everything's good on the mission so far.
You mean except for our mission commander having a total breakdown?
It's not a breakdown. She's just strategizing.
Uh-huh.
Sam?
What are you doing in there, Sam?
When Agent Forsyth finally blows, this will be the only safe place.
And it does block psychic powers, which is interesting. Okay.
Wait, this is a TV, right? You're not just some big dark mirror, right?
Rasputin, don't sneak up on me like that. Listen, do me a favor and run up to the jet, will you? I need my dowsing goggles. I left them on my seat, I think. You wanted to be on a mission. Now here's your first objective. Fetch my dowsing goggles.
Okay, but...
Hurry! Our window of opportunity is closing.
All right, I'll be right back.
So I'll tell you what I already don't like about this. The first game wasn't a kid's story. This is quickly turning into one.
I don't see any dowsing goggles anywhere. I mean, to be fair, I have no idea what they look like. I've actually never even heard of dowsing. Oh no. Agent Forsyth, where are you going?
To go gamble. Yeah, we need more suicide in this game.
No, Hollis, what did I do to you?
Rasputin, is that you?
Mia? Sasha? Agent Forsyth is missing, but don't worry. I'll find her.
Hurry, Rasputin. We're in big trouble here.
Yes, please find Agent Forsyth right away. I don't know how long I can hold on.
I'm on it. Did Agent Forsyth say where she was going?
She just said she was going to solve all of our problems, once and for all.
That's not ominous. Who says that's ominous? Nobody thinks that's ominous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
I can't go into the hotel. They have anti-psychic detectors. Hollis must have some way to hide it.
I admit, this is partially a personal problem, but I don't like stories which are predicated on lying. Especially excessive lying. Especially excessive childish lying. Yes, I know kids lie. I get that. I have a niece. I've been a kid myself. It doesn't make it any more enjoyable in a story. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean, right? The stories that just are lean on lying. And how they just lie and lie and lie and lie and make it worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. You'll notice he's been doing this, right? Okay. So we know glass blocks it.
Sam, will you come help me find Hollis?
Oh, it's begun, has it? Then I'm in the right place.
Yep.
Kisu, Hollis is missing.
She probably just needed to take a walk and get away from pestering personalities. Like I'm trying to do in this tub. Hey, are you trying to kill me?
Maybe.
You guys, we have to find Agent Forsyth.
Oh, is she gone?
It's a trick. She wants to see if we break into these bottles.
Clever. Not falling for it.
Morris, Agent Forsyth is gone.
Oh, good. Hopefully she's gone to complain about this broken TV.
Alert. Weak psychic activity detected.
Weak? Yep.
Wait until Truman sees all the money I'm going to make.
By gambling. Which is also a real mental health issue. Go figure. I'm with him.
Mesdames et messieurs, faites vos jeux. Ladies and gentlemen, place your bets.
Don't worry, Agent Forsyth. I can fix this.
That's...
Mesdames et messieurs, rien ne va plus. Ladies and gentlemen, no more bets.
Huh. Well, it's different.
He did connect risk with money.
But maybe it's not so bad?
Oh, I have the wrong thing equipped. That's fine. Well, I have half a mind. Sorry. Well, there's risk. And... okay. We'll come back to that. Where the... I don't see any others.
Agent Forsyth? You in here? Oh, I don't like this one bit.
Yeah, I noticed the absence of lives, which... I mean, it wasn't a big deal in the Bass game, so that's not really anything. It's just one less thing to not interrupt the flow. That's not the hospital.
Oh, no! Looks like Hollis had a spontaneous change in her worldview. Unrelated to my inappropriate meddling with her thoughts. Who am I kidding? I need to find Hollis's quiet room again and break that bad mental connection I made. Yeah, mind stepping aside, buddy? This is an emergency.
Oh wow, the heavy sensor has his own introduction this time too.
Or like a general no to me existing.
Stop trying. Oh, absolutely, Blade Trouble. Interesting checkpointing. And of course, no. Skippable.
No, you don't mind, or like a general no to me existing?
Yeah, there also seems to be more level in this one, for lack of a better way to put it.
No. Hospital, so, your ghosts don't have to walk very... Oh, never mind.
I do like what they've done with the bushes. Yeah, I do like how combat, most of the combat, can string into and out of itself, too. Rather than just being stuck doing one thing, or even two things.
Give me your wisdom, Nugget. Suitcase tag. Gotcha.
I would agree with the music axie, too.
New player, everybody! Deal him in, stat.
Yep.
Come on, live, damn you, live!
Oh.
Full recovery! You did it, Dr. Pop.
That's so horrible of an idea. Imagine if there was like a setting or whatever where you essentially rolled a roulette table and that determined how well you recovered or didn't recover or got worse.
That's
Call me Jack. Let's go for double or nothing.
Woo!
But he had a full recovery. Why would you go double for nothing on a full recovery?
Banana! Infection?
Ah, dang it.
I'm so sorry, Doctor.
Ah, well, it can't be helped. Some patients are just bad luck. I don't like the look of these. Yes, the heart's salvageable, but the rest?
Should we fold?
No, let's hold the 8 and the queen, and we'll pull for the inside straight.
Terrible idea. Like, I don't know poker that well, but that's a terrible idea.
I'll just quickly pop into Hollis's quiet place and fix this mess. High Rollers Lounge? That's not good. Oh no!
Rasputin, what are you doing here?
Sorry, I didn't mean to crash your hospital casino.
Oh, everyone's welcome in the casino. Without gamblers, how else would we make any money?
What?
No, you just can't be up here because it's the High Rollers Lounge.
Wait! Agent Forsyth, I need to tell you! Ah! Ugh. What the? Oh, phew. It's just the morgue.
Huh? Yes, Rasputin?
We got a patient here. Needs emergency access.
Sorry. The table minimum in the High Rollers Lounge is, $3 gazillion.
What? How much is a gazillion?
More than you got, kid.
Well, there's the, doctors only. Cardiology. Pharmacy. Maternity. Records, and of course, it's the D6. Let's start on the maternity, since it's the 1. I'm not even going to make the comment about maternity being like a roulette table. I think I'm good.
The first tag.
Careful, Raz.
How did you two get in here?
We followed you. We thought it would be fun, but...
It's full of babies!
Come on, looking for a little luck here.
We have to have a baby. Or you could just, like, have a happy life together.
Oops, looks like the house takes it this time.
This time? You mean every time?
Come on, Lovey, let's try another number. We have to win eventually.
Well, this is obviously rigged, right? Adam? Lizzie? Guess they really don't like babies.
Who doesn't like babies?
Don't be coy. Come and get your
Also, did you notice that there's only one win slot on
letters
there?
in our last name. Or should it be our first names?
Yeah, this is probably why they mentioned gambling in the potential issues list.
So, you here hoping to get a baby?
No. I just love the sound of children crying.
Okay. I'm apparently a cat here.
Neck control. Wah.
Hey, baby. Are you lost?
Wah.
Oh, honey, this is it.
Here we go again.
Is it possible to win this game?
Heck yes, it's easy.
Goo goo.
What's that sound?
How about the date when I made my first million?
Hold your bets. The ball is in play. Round and round and round it goes. 10 perfect fingers, 10 perfect toes.
I feel good about this.
Honestly, people like us shouldn't have to work this hard.
I think I hear some emotional baggage here.
I'm guessing that's why they got to be rich people in the game, Jesse's Mask.
How long is this going to go on?
You've had a long day. Let's go.
Place your bets, everyone.
I don't care how much it costs. If we walk out of here with a baby, it's all been worth it.
Maybe we're not betting enough money each
This
time.
game is rigged. You shouldn't bother.
Shh, I know that, but don't tell her. She thinks we're really trying.
What's that, honey?
He said he thinks next time is our lucky spin.
My sister said this only took 20 minutes her first time.
Just not meant
She was on drugs if she said that.
Going to take care of
Probably
you
literally.
when you're older.
What about my birthday?
Didn't we already use that one?
Spinning time. Another spin at the wheel. Another last
Special delivery.
happiness and love.
If we don't get it this time, I will burn this place to the ground.
I think we chose well.
Haven't hit the gazillion dollar number yet?
Oh, this isn't about the money.
We are already so rich.
So rich.
Yes, we just want a child. More than anything in the world.
But the confounded house always wins. I hate to say this out loud, but I have my suspicions regarding the up and upness of this lowdown dive.
This system is rigged. Maybe I could help unrig it.
Oh, if you could do that, you could have all the money.
Yes, we don't care about that.
Because we're so rich.
Yes, very wealthy, it's true, but poor in children. Help us win a baby, and you, sir, can have the gazillion-dollar prize.
And our eternal gratitude.
Leave it to me.
Have no fear, my dear. I think I've figured out the pattern now.
Almost had it. I just need to focus a little longer with my clairvoyance.
I know you're not supposed to say this, but money really does solve a lot of problems.
Don't worry. Ladies love
I can't seem to connect to that idea. Guess I need more practice.
Well, that's not what I was expecting to happen. Okay.
Well, of course the whole system is rigged. But I mean, I'm just one person. What could I do about it?
Defiance is useless. Ain't that the truth?
We can unrig this game, but you gotta believe it's possible first.
What does that do? Okay. Excuse me. First of all, thank you, Golvug, as always. Much appreciate. Although, I'm not sure. Yeah, I was actually going to comment on that Jesse's Mask, because the first game, the first three and a half levels were all straight up tutorials, which, I mean, I get why they did it, but it was to the detriment of the game. I didn't start enjoying myself until Lungfishopolis. I didn't mean to give her brain damage, Golvag, okay? Thank you, Golvag. If you want to put that towards something, do please let me know. And, hi, Kenton Rush. Roush? Hi. If you, have any thoughts, comments, or questions, I rather like to chat, so feel free to share. You can even tell me how much you hate me. I don't actually hear that all that often on stream. I hear it a lot on the YouTube, but, you know. I hope not, History Maker. Jeez. I also expect this game will be longer, which is fine. I just need to beat it by Wednesday. That's kind of the range there. Horizon Forbidden West, you got it. I already stream 10 hours a day, 5.5 days a week. Yeah, by the way, we'll be streaming this Monday as a unique thing. And then we'll be streaming every Monday afterwards as a non-unique thing, but as a normal thing. But we will stop streaming on Sundays. So FYI. There we go. Anybody else get the much more The Incredibles vibe from this music? I mean, they were already kind of leaning that way with the first game, but they're really leaning that way in this one. Oh, that's why. Okay. Hang on.
Yes! Got the duffel bag tag.
I mean, I don't want to overpraise. It's not like it's perfect, but I'm actually having fun with the sequel, whereas the first game, I wasn't. Take of that what you will. Hi. It's actually funny. This is, I swear, unrelated, but platformers are more my bag in general. And, you know, this is more of a platformer. I suppose the last one, which was essentially an adventure game. Point in case. Probably Blade Travell. The first got one story negative for the outro, which... And even that was mostly just for how rushed it was. Oh, they so much are Jesse's mask. It's like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Instead of... the first game, it felt clunky. I'm not even sure I realized how clunky it was until I played this game. I was like, oh, man. Oh, yeah, no, the challenge seems to be better, too. In a way that I would approve of. I should say, in a way that I do approve of. So let's see what happens when we game over.
Here we go.
No more bets. Let's spin that wheel.
I know you're not supposed to say this, but money really does solve a lot of problems.
While we're here.
Well, of course, the whole system is rigged.
Aww. So that kind of sucks. You'll notice the stuff I just collected is no longer collected. So I have to do that all over again. Or, you know, give up on collecting things. One of the two.
Oh, yep.
Like I said, I actually really want to see a speedrun of Psychonauts 1 now. I imagine it's ridiculous. Ah, damn it, I couldn't drop the damn thing. I couldn't drop the bomb. Drop the bomb, Laura. I can't! Generally speaking, if devs get to see speedruns of their own games, it tends to be amusing. One of my favorites is actually, of all things, a Double Dragon game. I forget which one. And the speedrunner did something, and there's just this 3-second pause, and then one of the devs says, "You could do that?" I got a chuckle. Oh, I bet. Small potato. Yeah, some people look at me weird when I say I'm in favor of Microsoft buying certain studios. Stuff like this is kind of why. Microsoft has a long-standing, proven track record of just kind of being hands-off when it comes to their devs. And, you know, letting them make games. You know me. I like polish. Always have. So far, I actually am, Zactap, yes. I mean, so far, the excessive... excuse me. The excessive over-tutorialization of the hint system is the only complaint I have. And honestly, if they just had a freaking button to turn that off, that complaint would go away. That's something that could be patched, you know? It's not a core issue. Nah, I can't quite make it. Okay,
Then again, how do we know we can change things unless we try?
And we have a winner! Looks like this time it's... not 00? What?
We won!
Well, I guess miracles do happen.
You're telling us?
Oh, we are so happy.
Well, I'm dead.
Here, young man. I don't know what you did, but I'm a man of my word.
Thanks.
We don't need it, because...
You're rich?
Yes, but we don't like to talk about it.
Oh, look at our little jackpot. When does it start fulfilling all of our unachieved ambitions?
Use its identity to hide our excess taxable income.
It will be so nice to have a couple of spare kidneys around the house.
Oh my god, stop!
It's just a mental baby. It's just a mental baby. Okay, I got $1 gazillion.
One lucky card does not make three of a kind, sir.
Well, time to do the doctors only level. That's really, really horrible. I know, right? I was actually just about to compare this to Larian. That is to say, is specifically DOS 2. A game which has one of, and this is not an exaggeration, one of the most horrifying things I've ever seen in fiction. We talked about it during the DOS 2 run. I'm not going to spoil it. And yet, it's this big, goofy, silly game, right? It's just, ah! Alright, quick, left or right? Never mind, left. It's left! The answer is left. Die, monster. Breaking Dr. Potts. Oh my god. So you remember the last story where she figured out how to connect thoughts? Well, she's connecting plagiarism, golf, race, bad, women. Also guilt, ethics. And he's thrown off his clothes. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, she completely destroys his brain. He loses it. She actually feels bad because she didn't want him to go that bad. Sound familiar? I can't remember his name. Ellie's father shows up. It's like, hey, I'll fix this. Also, we're gonna recruit you. Also, you talk about some horse pills. Look at those things. Jesus. Really glad I got the 1000 upgrade before I came to this level, by the way. Just saying. That might actually be it in here. It's a suppository. So on to 3. Where's 3? Oh, that was 3. On to 4, I guess. Alright. Yep, 4. Records. Okay.
Yep.
Don't gamble with your health. This picture right here is probably one of the most messed up pictures of the entire game. I'm just going to leave that for a second. While I hydrate.
I'll bet pyrokinesis would work.
Yeah. So. Nope. Get the thing.
So pretty, so wise.
I might use that for the screenshot. Not even trying to make a statement, just, you know, very indicative of the kind of game this is.
What's that sound?
Let's fix your baggage there, like you do. Oh, we're at rank 15 now. Okay. We're missing half a mind. Yes. Rank 30, we can go other places. Pharmacy. Of course it's pachinko. Pill popping. Or pill counters, or however you want to think of that. I've heard a lot of derogatory terms for pharmacists over the years. Come on. Okay, there's invisible walls. Rather flashy, isn't it?
Hi, can I play?
Welcome to Palinko, game of luck and skill. Can you get the patient to take her bitter pill?
Skill? It looks like it's all luck.
Oh, it is.
Oh, it is. But it takes skill to do it and avoid a serious head injury.
Oh, how do I...
Good luck!
What?
Okay, let's get this medicine to the stomach.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Careful in there.
Where's her heart?
Why would she need a heart? She lost hers. When Xehanort came to visit. Almost had that. No! And I think I lost it. Yeah, I lost it. Oh, no, no, oh. Oh my god, this thing. It's better than Mario Sunshine, but yeah. Ooh, this is hard to control. Nope. Oh, I lost it again. Oh my god! Okay, I'm gonna eat that. We have given up on 100%ing as of that exact instant in time.
How are you supposed to get in there?
And we lose.
What a ripoff. That machine is broken.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. The Sore Losers Club is down the hall.
Wow. He looks like an injectable. But really, he's just a pill.
What are you two doing here?
You think we're going to let you go alone and get all the extra credit points?
I'm just here to gamble.
Well, stay away from this game. There's only one spot on the board that pays out, and it's totally blocked. It's like her heart is in the wrong place. Hey, I'll bet I could... Morris? Norma? Where'd they go?
Don't give up, man! You'll never win by quitting!
Yeah, it's all just a matter of betting on the right color.
Don't listen to him, Sonny. Come talk to me if you want some true wisdom.
Just pull the goggles back on. Well, who should we talk to?
How did I miss that?
The nurse, the young patient, or the old man? Also. Must give in to the gambling side. Apparently a cat to serve all these people. Not sure what to make of that.
Oh no! Yellow?
I'm not even gonna question that one.
Sounds like you've got a method.
The secret is you have to listen to the colors. Let the rainbow of lights lead you to the pot of gold.
That doesn't sound like a smart way to make decisions to me.
Actually, a terrible way to make decisions.
Any luck?
Luck's got nothing to do with it, son. I win with my brains. I got math on my side. A formula for victory.
Wouldn't the wisest choice be, you know, not gambling?
But then you won't win.
That way?
Maybe you should quit while you're ahead.
Who says I'm ahead? I've sunk so much money into this machine and can't just leave it all behind.
Actually, I think it's important to know when to quit. Especially when playing Loki with your grandmother. There are some misguided ideas floating around this room. I wish I could help them make smarter decisions.
Okay, so colors mean death. Quitting is wisdom.
I should just give up. Smart people don't try.
That's okay.
I think I could win this if I could just make up my mind.
Nope. Okay. Okay.
Sometimes the path to enlightenment is not straight and
I just
simple.
think they're all... Whoops. Now I'm just reinforcing their old bad thought.
The trick isn't just making decisions, but making the right one.
Victory is death.
A little judgment. There's some progress. I wish they knew that sometimes walking away is the best choice.
I'm gonna leave colors and death connected. That just appeals to me for some reason.
I guess it's not really bad to quit, if it's the right thing to do at the moment.
Moderation. Isn't that a novel concept? Moderation. Now,
You know what? I think the only way to win is to know when to play and when to stop. Swallowing your feelings sounds bad, but really, who wants to hear about those ugly things anyway?
even though making new connections is what got me into this mess, I think making a better one here is actually the only way out. Oh! Yep. I wonder if I could blast that from here.
Nah. Utterly impossible. Back to the incredible song. Oh, come on. Oh no, the levels are way longer than the first game. Although I don't know how many there are. So, that may be a factor as well. Share. I mean, we only have half of the pigments here. Granted, we might not be able to get them all right.
You know, I think holding down all these feelings is giving me a bit of indigestion. Oh, that feels better.
Now that her heart is in the right place, I should have better luck if I play the game again.
Also, while we're here, decisions are death.
I hate making decisions. I'd rather die. All these garish colors make me want to die. When I win this game, I hope there are fireworks. I think I could win this, if I could just make up my mind. Making mental connections in someone's mind is a profound and dangerous thing. What I need is for one of those TV judges to tell me what to do. At least when I die, I'll know all the answers.
Victory is death!
Good luck collecting your debts after I'm dead, losers.
I want another shot.
Okay, I'll just need you to bend over and...
No, at the game.
Really? Okay.
Watch your step.
Yeah. I'm no doctor. I like that heart much better than its new age.
Got it. Jesus. No! That's okay. That one. one. And that one.
I need another.
Please keep track of your valuables.
Alright, let's see. What else we got here? One on the left. I know, I'll take a drink in a second. I'm busy. I'm winning at gambling.
Nice, but it's not the stuff.
No. Oh, those are way over there. Left. Left. Careful. Left. More left. Ah! God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna stop trying to 100% this. This is just gonna delay me. Ahem. Oh, I said I'd take a drink. Not on my work.
I need another. Chick.
Remember, no pickling.
No, I need you to go. Okay. There we go. For the heart?
What? That can't happen. How did you do that?
A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, I guess.
Oh, you're going down all right. Once the boss finds out about this. But you ain't taking me with you. I'm out of here.
Hey, look, $1 gazillion.
Whatever. Give me that gazillion.
Interesting transition. You notice the delay earlier to allow for load times, too?
I have $2 gazillion. Please put the third gazillion on my room tab.
Sir, we are offended that you would imply that we would allow mere double gazillionaires into the High Rollers Lounge.
I'm making progress, but it's time to wrap this up once and for all. Sasha and me are in danger while I'm here gambling.
Yeah, this whole time, Sasha's like, ah! So I was at pharmacy. Time to go to cardiology. Really?
And it's diamonds! Diamonds for the win!
Okay.
Again. What are you two doing here?
Losing by following my foolish heart.
What are you thinking? Hearts is like a gazillion to one.
A gazillion to one, you say? So if I bid on hearts and won, I'd win $1 gazillion. Right? Hey, where'd you go?
You like how they've gotten less subtle about that in order to indicate what's going on each time? Like, the first time they just disappeared. The second time we saw, like, a millisecond of the tentacle. The third time we see the whole tentacle actually grab them.
First place.
I don't know, I think it's cool.
Diamond Days dropping.
Be happy, little bag. No baggage here. Oh my god, the two nurses are just paddles. Interesting.
I'd like to make a bet.
Sure. Which runner suits you this evening?
Art.
I gotta follow my heart.
What? Haven't you seen the odds?
Hey, no one can lose forever, right?
You don't know hearts.
Hearts always lose.
Coming up to the finish line. And it's Diamond Days for the win!
That's weird. Most people usually win every time. Well, try again. Bye!
Okay, that's the last bet. Runners, to your starting gates. Prepare the patient for the exam. And they're off.
Yeah, by the way, in case you missed that. I mean, I'm trying really hard not to make more Kingdom Hearts references. I've already made a few, but come on.
Hi.
Oh, sorry, I don't talk to jokers.
How's it going?
Please don't break my concentration. I'm visualizing my next victory.
Good hustle out there.
It's a private locker room. Racers only.
I'm guessing they all see that. We're still... Oh my god. We are literally a Joker. Look into my eyes. No, this is still in her brain, Doncro. Hopefully this is happening over the course of milliseconds.
Almost had it. Hey, are you sure you should be racing?
My doctor told me I have to stay off this leg. But he's also my boss, and he told me that if I miss another race, I'll get fired.
That's terrible. You're being exploited.
Aren't we all? Who am I to complain? I'm not special.
What if I raced for you?
What? You do that for me?
Yes, but I can't race looking like this.
Well, there's a changing room up there. What am I saying? That's impossible. This is just something I need to do.
Yes, Sean. Yes, they very much are. At least the core team
Different
is.
race, same runner. I can do this on my own. I don't need anybody's help. I can't need anybody's help.
I hope that's not true, because I ask for help all the time.
I mean, there's no shame in it. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Oh. Yep.
I actually am kind of with Jaron Dothian on that. Since AAA is supposed to stand for things like quality and polish, that is the core Nintendo team to a T, especially nowadays. There we go. It's a good thing. You gonna let me, game?
Almost had it.
Well, it looks like I missed a few, but not that many. Good night, Paranoid Android. Have a good one.
Then again, life is more of a relay race than a wind sprint. Sometimes you need to know when it's time to pass the baton.
All I have to do now is place a bet on Hearts, and then take Hearts' place in the race.
And then win.
Runners, to your starting gates. Prepare the...
They're off! I'd like to make a bet.
Sure. Which runner suits you this evening?
I gotta follow my heart.
You never learn, do you?
This time for sure.
Okay, that's the last bet. Runners, to your starting gates. Heart's Content has pulled into the lead. This is amazing!
Yep.
Back to the tried and true with Heart's Content.
No, I'm still in the lead.
Yep.
Oopsie, looks like the comeback kid was just kidding after all.
Sorry, what was that?
Content in first place! I don't believe this! A gazillion and one miracle, and you all got to see it. Even if you didn't win, you have to admit we're all winners here today.
Not me.
Oh, you're done.
No more races today.
Sorry, we're broke after that race, which reminds me.
Don't forget to tip your nurses, you cheapskates.
Real quick. Thank you, says Osha. Much appreciated as always. And, if you know what you want to put that towards, please let me know. Yeah, they've been doing smart jump cuts the whole time. Yeah, I noticed the lack of saving, too. I'm going to have to see, make sure we don't have the one save problem. This level is better than the entire previous game. That's not true, but it's damn good. Real Mist, you got it. Thank you again, very much. Oh yeah, no, the quality is just... Whoa. Bugga bugga. Alright, let's do it. Boss time.
Sorry. The High Rollers Lounge only
Triple
admits...
gazillionaires, of course. I would belong to no lesser club. Now, let me in before I call my expensive lawyer.
Well then, please come in, sir. If you're willing to take the risk.
I was gonna say, I didn't like a single boss fight in the first game. The best they ever got was to be a neutral.
Agent Forsyth, I'm sorry. This is all my fault.
Aquato, I hope you're not trying to take credit for my brilliant idea for solving all the Psychonauts' financial problems.
Yes! I mean, no! I mean, I made some bad connections in your mind, and there was some sort of a bad idea chain reaction, and now...
How about a bad idea, boss? Oh, I do. I've played Mega Man X7 History Maker. I know it can go down from there. We didn't have a triple negative boss in the previous game.
Who are you calling a bad idea?
I am the sweetest of dreams, the spirit of unbeatable optimism. I am the ultimate victory of hope over mathematics. I am the Lady Luctopus. But you can call me Lucky.
Hi, Lucky. I'm gonna beat the snot out of you.
You are my own creation.
It never works.
It's so much cooler when Sasha said it.
It's time to see what the cards have in store.
I love it. I love it. That's a great callback.
But don't worry, I'm a fair dealer.
I mean,
I do like to keep a couple of jokers up my sleeve.
Can you believe we got caught in? So embarrassing.
let him die.
Smelling salts. We can't leave her mind.
Don't let us die in here, man.
You know what happens when you die in someone's mind, right? If you die inside mind, you pee your pants.
No! Get ready to play. This could be your lucky day. But I wouldn't bet on it.
Alright.
Only I could get to my...
Hang on. So let's see here. I want to have Grabber. And I think that's actually it. I think that's
But
it.
I feel like your streak is over. Ooh, that's not good. Unless you like bombs.
I love bombs.
Scartail is really not
A bomb? Well, cheer up. Maybe you'll get a pair.
Fire in the hole. Hang on, Izzy.
But yeah, the Persona 5 comparisons are real. Can we just make this connected to Persona 5 already?
No, you two get out of here before she cards you again. Try to wake up Agent Forsyth in the physical world.
You sure?
Yes, now beat it.
Kid's got some spirit.
I think he just doesn't want us to see him cry.
Also, I've done this before. You doofuses.
Come on. 7. No, you can't kick me out. This is... I'm back. Back in action. How much did I lose? Doesn't matter. Still in the game, still in the game. No time to walk away. After all, I still have some valuable cards here.
Agent Forsyth, my parents.
Can it, Norma?
Ooh, I need to cover up that blemish.
I'll admit,
Awkward.
the situation is not ideal.
Soon I'll feed him to my beak. Looks like it's time for a
Now to
fresh
bomb
day.
that weak spot.
Wait!
What? Telegraphs?
Rasputin!
Well,
We
I
do
hope
this.
you bet on
Please do it
fire,
quickly.
because that's what you got.
Rasputin! That's my friend right there.
It's about time.
Ah!
That was amazing, man. Now let's save the others.
We need to get back to the suite and help Sasha and Mia.
But
Clean up the rest of your mess, okay?
Got me there, Norma.
I like how we still got the badges, by the way, on the backpack.
Go, shooter. Everything on red. I'm on a roll. I have a graduate degree. House always wins. me.
Cool. Oh god, that's bad. Okay, we're okay. That's hurt too. I mean, I already did Mr. Red, so I can't give him 2 negatives. That's not how that works. Wait, that's totally how that works.
Okay. That time I was just faking it. Right? Right. Hey, where'd everybody go? I still have you guys, right?
You got it, Chief.
On second thought, where's my shredder?
Rasputin, hurry!
Rasputin.
Just remember,
Well,
we didn't leave
I
a tip
wouldn't say
for cardiology.
ahead exactly, but not dead. Cardiac arrest. Time for the tentacles of life. Don't die on me, table.
We've already done this twice. What's taking so long?
Who's awake now? I sure am. Looks like it's time to double down. When it comes to bombs, I like to
Real
go all
octopuses
in.
hate gambling.
How would you know that?
Have to save all of us, not just your poor favorite.
I mean, I could leave you to die. I'm cool with that.
Go home, they say.
Oh, god damn it, they're over there.
Oh, right in the socket. Oh, hey, that reminds me of a funny...
Yeah, I know, animal speaking psychology. They called it something weird. Is a thing.
Got it again.
Okay, you can actually borrow my board for a whole week for that shot. Woo!
You two go help the others. I just have one last thing to
Sam's the only one I actually like so far.
He doesn't want his friends to see him take a life.
I've killed plenty of stuff. What are you talking? Oh, that's good.
pause this mess. And now I'm going to finish it.
Everything on red. Hit me. Go, shooter. No, you can't kick me out. This is my casino. Come on. 7. I have a graduate degree.
Oh, god damn it.
Always wins. Oh, why? Why would you destroy me? Me! The answer to all your problems! All your problems!
What the? Who put this here? It's all wrong. It's all wrong. Tear it all down. Wait, what are you doing here? You can't see this.
Agent Forsyth, hold on. I can explain. This is all my fault. I used mental connection to change some things in your mind, to make some new connections. I didn't think...
You did what?
I'm sorry.
That explains everything. I knew I wasn't this stupid. I mean, I have a degree in mathematics, you know? I thought I was really losing it. But it turns out my only problem was you.
Wait. I can explain. You're right. I knew it was wrong the second I did it. I'm ashamed of myself. I violated your trust and very idea of what it means to be a psychonaut. I guess I'm not ready for this after all. I'll pack up my stuff.
You don't need to do that.
You're right. I don't even have any stuff to pack. I'll just go.
No. Listen. You're right about violating trust. What you did was wrong. Very wrong. But, truth is, I pulled a similar stunt once.
Really?
Only the person whose brain I messed with, I couldn't put them right again.
Well, I'm better than
They
you.
had to call in the Psychonauts to undo what I did. That's when I met Truman Zanato. He taught me how to apply my powers in a responsible way. The Psychonauts, we're not here to change people's minds, Raz. Not here to fix people. We're here to help people fight their own demons. The ones they already have.
I'm sorry. I'll never do it again.
You're not at camp anymore, Raz. People could live or die on this mission. The mission!
Yeah, by the way.
Zip it and gather round, class.
Where did you...
Did you not hear the first thing I said about zipping it?
Hold on. I'm gonna test something. Okay. There are multiple save slots. We're okay. It's just not all that obvious. And I'm pretty sure... Yep, that's where this... Okay. I'm still probably going to give that a negative for a different reason, but it's not too negative, so thank goodness for that. Oh, I'm also probably going to give that a positive, but, you know, that's how that works. So, oh my god, what was the name of that stupid boss? Okay, so we are going to stop there. Oh, I also need to do that one while I'm thinking about it. The negative is for forced Iron Man mode saving, which is what that is. It's the Dark Souls form of saving. And it's not great. And I don't want to do the argument again. We've had that argument many times. That's pretty much guaranteed negative. But that is where we're at after 4 hours of play. And I think that says all it needs to about this game. I'm enjoying this way more. So, tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as per usual, for the last time for an unknown amount of time, we will be streaming. So, I hope to see at least some of you tomorrow. And otherwise, I hope you have a good night.